Hello. That's right. We're just chatting, Kent, because everybody doesn't know this, but we just talk crap while the things roll, while the music rolls, and then
Yep.
half the time we forget to come on because we're talking
We're too
crap.
busy just talking shit.
We were actually talking about shrooms, if anybody wants to know, because the state of Massachusetts almost legalized them. So we'll see what happens.
Next time.
Yeah. And then there was a discussion that CEOs are microdosing shrooms to be more productive. And I suggested that they might also try macrodosing cyanide to be like tremendously productive for society.
For society.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yes. Macrodosing.
Macro.
One tried a macrodose of lead. It seemed to work. Okay, I'm done. We're going to get taken down, or I'm going to get visited by the FBI.
They'll be like, nah, these guys are just writers and gamers.
Yeah,
Like,
we expect them to be weird. So, welcome, Purple and Silver. That's a new face in chat, and
hello.
yeah, we are here. Sans, Sarah, and Kyrese, Troy, who eventually will come back somewhere.
How do you feel
at a stunning
about
moment.
Kevin?
I
Yes.
think Ven is going to come back before Troy at this point.
So
Gonna
we're
beat him
back.
here.
Sans Ven also, which is a real throwback if you haven't seen any of our 6 Seasons in Sartar stuff. But if you haven't, go back and watch it because I'm pretty proud of it.
That is my best friend.
I don't know. We don't have any announcements. Somebody bought some stuff from us this week, which is pretty awesome. And it wasn't one of us. So someone out there is going to be rocking a DMs After Dark hoodie. So whoever you are, like, you're going to look awesome. And then someone else bought a mug and a notebook. And I would like to say, like, write in that notebook, because I know I'm the sort of person who buys a bunch of notebooks and then I'm like, oh, this notebook's too pretty to write in. I just need to sit and look at it. Don't be me.
You can
Write
always
in the
buy
notebook.
another one.
Yes.
Always
Don't
buy
be
another
afraid.
one.
Right. Have two. One to write in, one to just admire. I don't know. Do we have any other? You guys were at PAX. How was PAX? That could be sort
PAX
of an
was
announcement.
awesome. We're adding it to our
was
yearly
awesome.
roster.
No
Mhm.
shit. Really? All right. Cool.
It is
Only
more
a 5-hour drive. A lot of fucking board games. Really
more
well
board
organized
games
board
than
game
Gen Con,
library.
for sure.
hmm
Nice.
Also, a little bit more lenient with their lending out policy, because they're just like, yeah, here, take this board game. It needs to be back by the end of the day, and you could go literally anywhere with it.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It was
Very,
awesome.
very cool. I heard
It was
good
great.
things. Someone I know who I met at Necronomicon was there, and he said it was big but felt small. That's the
Yeah.
way he
Yeah,
said.
that's
he
kind
said
of
about
that's kind of was. Yeah, it was big, but it felt small. Like
It reminded me of our first Gen Con.
A
It
lot more
reminded me of,
food
like,
close
first
by.
Gen. Yeah.
yeah, a lot more food close by. It's like right outside the
It's nice.
Chinatown of Philly there, and the
Nice.
Reading Street Terminal
Yeah.
Market.
I don't the only thing that I don't know is I'm not too familiar yet with their game sign up system, so I don't know how that
Yeah, that one
actually
that
it's not as
crazy.
smooth as
Crazy,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not as smooth as Gen Con.
The
because
game
like
sign-up system is insane.
Yeah.
it seems like
That's the downside for now.
yeah.
But board
Cool.
game
But
was
if you're
good.
determined and prepared and doing things ahead of time, you can figure it out.
That wasn't us.
Don't you hate people who
And
just
willing to
expect?
make 1,000 accounts.
Yeah.
Don't you hate people who just expect to be able to waltz into things without having signed up for them?
I mean,
When there's a
that-
system set up for that,
The
That
worst.
was us.
we hate those
yeah.
people.
That was us though, this first time and our first Gen Con. And it
But then
worked
again,
out.
like-
It did work out well.
Like we also had like some inside experience with people like running games and stuff
Yes, that's
at
true.
PAX, and it just being a kind of disaster.
I
Yeah.
crushed my game.
Yeah, Amber was an awesome. She DM'd her first con. Yeah.
Mhm.
Her first big con. Yeah.
Crushed it.
And then got those people to buy all the other stuff.
They
They
bought a
did.
bunch of the books,
Oh,
and they told them that I was the best GM they had at the con.
They did.
Did you
They're her
invoice them
company.
for further money or get a commission for
I
that?
did not.
But she
You
got a bunch
just-
of cool stuff though for the library.
I did.
You
I got a
did?
shit ton of books. So
Oh, that
So-
works though. That works.
John asked if we met any of the Chaosium folks. Surprisingly enough, so like the one thing I did note, a lot of the companies, like Chaosium and all of the other ones, and
Magpie. Yeah.
and yeah, like a lot of them who had like really big booths at Gen Con had like really small booths at PAX, which including Chaosium. Chaosium had like
They had like
they had a whole
2
end
people
cap
working.
and
Very busy, yeah.
at Gen Con, and they had one table at
Yeah.
PAX, which was very interesting to see.
I know. I saw them
PAX
post
had a lot more indie artists and game designers
That's what
that I
I've
hadn't
heard.
seen before,
I've heard PAX is like the indie RPG, like the
Yeah.
best one for indie
which was
RPGs,
really cool.
Yeah.
which sounds really cool, which makes me want to check it out. But I did see, like, I think Mark, I can't think of his name. The guy who does their maps was there. He's always there. He's a real tall guy with a mohawk.
Oh.
And I don't want to look his name up right now because I don't want to name drop, but he was there. I think Rick Mates was definitely there because I saw Chaosium's pictures. I'm a Chaosium nerd, so I know where they are and what they're doing.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. I'm glad you guys had a good time. Very cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I don't have Sarah here. We're going to continue our. Yes, it was Matt. Thank you, John. We're going to continue our new thing of like taking a break in the middle of stuff.
We'll need more drinks.
Yeah, we need more drinks. And Ken, I'm going to ask you to keep me on track and have me not just ADHD respond to questions as they come up in chat.
Yep.
And I'll just do that sometime in the break.
Will ADHD respond to questions instead.
Yep.
Yes, one of us has to. Donate.
I did think of one announcement.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Think of one. It was just that Troy and I did we were featured on
Yes, you were.
Rainy Plays Games.
Rainy Plays Games.
I'm not even going to try to say it.
Yeah,
okay.
no, that's good. I usually get it, and I was like, "Shit, what is it?"
Yeah, see,
on Rainy Plays Games.
It's hard.
Sometimes I usually get it. Yeah. Yeah. So Troy and I played in a special holiday one shot on Ready Plays Games.
That you did.
I don't know if that already came out or if it's going to come out.
No, I don't think it has yet. I don't think it has yet.
I don't think so.
I think it's month.
So it's probably going to be this week.
Yeah, it drops on Tuesdays. It's coming out at some point. I usually know his schedule. I have not checked it out.
It's probably, if it's not this Tuesday, it'll be next Tuesday, which will be right before Christmas.
Which is Christmas Eve. Yeah. I do remember him saying, what system was that game, Jess?
It's a remake, I believe, of Root. I think we did. No, is it Root? No.
Was it a hack of Root?
I don't remember the system. Oh no. It's a game with card items. I don't
We'll get back to it.
That does not narrow it down at all.
Jess, let me know and I will message John because John and I are working on some stuff.
Yeah.
So
I've got it. I've got it. It's called Loot. I was close. I was one letter off.
You were close to alphanumerically. You were not close game one.
The game is called Loot. It makes sense now. Okay, I remember now because the game system is your character. You're basically like bandits. So like your character, you don't have like a class. You're basically whatever your class is like is the loot that you have, and you just like break into places, get loot, and then you like change out your stuff based off the items you have. Yeah,
bitches get money.
Yes, correct. It was a very interesting game. Troy is always a very interesting character, especially for one shot. So
yes,
check it out.
Yes, yeah.
And I do have the date now. It comes out the 17th of December.
So next week.
Yes.
Yes, I think that is the one. Purple and Silver.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Our friend Ellen is also on it, and one of Troy's friends is also on it.
Reprising her role as Mary Queen of Trash.
Yes.
Is that the only role she plays on us? Like whatever game we play, that's pretty awesome,
right?
But it's Mary Queen of Trash fits in every one-shot system.
She really does. Yeah, she really does. That's great.
Very surprising.
Okay, who's ready to recap?
That's all, Amber.
For the pact.
I remember where we ended. Let me think of where we began.
Well, where did we end? Maybe that will jog my memory.
We ended back in Blackstag Vale, doing some divination spells to try to find out the state of the resistance in Whitewall and if they could hold 3 seasons for us to build plinths to teleport there with aid. And the answer is a resounding no.
That's right. I think we spent most of the time trying to discuss where we wanted to go next. We spent a lot of the time trying to figure out if we wanted to go down to Whitewall.
We started making our way to the Sembari lands to try to help them out and also garner some goodwill and possibly some allies among the Sembari for our budding resistance. And then on the way, we were like, Whitewall, wonder how they're doing. And the answer was not fucking good.
That's right. We went to the Sambari's lands to look for that old leader who used to be the leader of...
We're looking for former Chief Greyskin.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
and he
Valenstall Greyskin.
recently, within the last decade, like stepped away from the throne, and a new person came in because they failed their resistance to the Lunars. So they stepped down, I believe. And so we went to go find him, and we went to an inn where we asked
kicks in.
about him.
Mhm.
And it was real
And
close to home.
yeah, and that's when we kind of talked, I think, about Whitewall, and we decided to go and check on how Whitewall was doing through our
Bad.
divination. Yeah,
They're
Yes.
doing bad.
correct.
Yes. Yeah, Whitewall is a year and a half to 2 years into a siege from the Lunars, and it is the last, just to catch up people who haven't been around, the Lunar Empire has conquered the nation of Sartar, and there's a very weak rebellion going on still. Our player characters are part of that.
Gaining steam.
Trying to gain steam, but Whitewall is the last holdout, the last temple of Orlanth, and the last fortress of the Volsaxi kings. Volsaxi aren't technically part of Sartar; they're in the south, but they're still your people. They're all Hjortlings. So, enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing. You've been trying to work with them. So yeah, Whitewall is in bad shape. Descara,
Clear
his
Starbrow
mom,
is down there
is
in
there.
the besieged city.
Yep.
My
And
mom is
Descara's
there
mom is too. But
Yep.
we did have confirmation that your mom at least is okay in the divination spells. So if I remember correctly, there were a couple divination spells cast.
that's me and
Bryn
Arissa.
cast them. Bryn cast some just to kind of see how things were doing. The people are holding out, but they're not holding out well, was basically what she got.
They have hope,
Arissa,
but it's the hope of faith, not the hope of we actually are well supplied
Right.
and able to hold out.
and Arissa, which is Sarah's character, is not with us today, had cast to say kind of like, what can be done to help? How can we get some allies? Things like that, because her goddess, Shalana Arroy, isn't necessarily going to be as concerned with political conflict, because she's a goddess of healing, as she is with harmony and people coming together. But
My God is like, crush them all.
she was given a vision of Vamastal Greyskin in somewhere with a family and a very sick little girl.
Child, yeah.
And that's where we stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll pick up right there. You guys are still in the stag that night. We might as well just pick up right there.
Well, the news isn't good, but we have some direction of where to go.
I think we're already halfway there. We help Greyskin if we can, and then we need to focus on Whitewall. I don't know
Yeah.
how.
Maybe we figure it out when we get there, or we send word. Is there a way to send communication? Maybe we can ask my aunt how they've been.
Yeah, there's a what's the spell Windward?
Windwards? Yeah, if
How
I remember
far do it carry,
correctly,
though?
that doesn't carry very far. 150
Yeah.
meters, I think, is a rune spell. So
That will not help.
Okay.
I mean, that'll help us if we're close, maybe. but
We just
need,
are
like, a-
standing outside the wall like, hey,
Yeah,
we're
like
an entire
what's your name?
where an entire
Turtle.
fucking army is already over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you're gonna
mean-
make me
Okay,
do
so-
that bit. Kalir and Broyan are just like, let's
What's your
deal
name?
once.
Go.
Do supplies get moved in and out of Whitewall though too from like our side?
No,
or
it's
they're, like,
No,
sieged.
it's
holed up?
besieged.
Siege.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to
Nothing
find
goes in.
secret tunnels. Or
And
make
which-
secret tunnels.
Which is why we're looking to help Greyskin, because he might know or know someone who knows of tunnels going into Whitewall.
Yeah, so the deal with Vamastal Greyskin was he was the Sunbari chief. He was supportive of the Starbrow's rebellion, and yeah, see somebody's hearing Facebook messages go through. I heard him too, John. It is coming on our end. It's not me. It's not you. They're dinging.
Mine?
Oh, you know why?
Is
Hold
it
on.
mine?
I know why. Hold on a
Probably.
minute. I know exactly
I
why.
don't think it's mine.
No. It's because I didn't turn off my browser noises from going here. That's why.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I just did. So you will not hear them anymore.
Thanks, Boomer.
Our boomer, who is also our
It's more
tech guy.
technologically.
Wow, you wound me. So Vamastal was part of the. He supported Starbrow's rebellion, which failed. Kalir Starbrow's rebellion failed.
So if we can
Because
reignite his hope, he might want to throw in with
because he
Clear
did
one more
that,
time for old
he
time's sake.
stepped down from being the Sambari chief, or was forcibly stepped down from being the Sambari chief because
Yeah, he tried
the
his
Lunars
thing.
just
He failed. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
time for fresh. Yeah.
Yep.
Better for everyone. That makes sense.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I guess we'll head that way. We'll talk to the group and
No,
see
Christian, I see you typing. Stop it.
maybe
Sorry.
good job, Kent. Maybe someone in our company maybe knows about White Wall too. How to get in or out. Or send word.
Either way, we're gonna have to go down there.
But maybe not right away, right? If we can send word about what's going on and what they might need, we might need to gather things first or
I mean, you saw it. What do you think? They're gonna fall by the end of the season? Next season?
Well, I'll tell you this, Bryn. You saw the inside of it.
yeah, I
It's
was
a
gonna say probably next season
Big
at most.
freaking fortress. All right. So it's huge.
Mhm.
And I mean, you saw the inside of it, but it did not look like anyone had gotten anywhere near inside of it. Put it that way.
Oh. Okay. So maybe by
It
the
also
end of
did looked
next
a bit
year,
like a
but
ghost town, right? Like
Yeah.
there's not
Correct.
a lot of people left
But
inside.
it did withstand an assault from the Crimson Bat, which will decrease the surplus population of your fortress pretty quickly.
okay. I mean, the fortress is relatively untouched. I feel like it's going to be next season, but it might hold to the end of the year, right?
We shouldn't
knows?
count on it.
Who knows?
We should assume the worst. Next season. Unless we do something.
We should probably head to did we have an idea of where that vision for finding Greyskin was?
It does, and she tells you.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Leave it first
where
light with the
is our
company.
map? Yeah.
I put the map up in the Zoom, the same one that's up here.
Okay, there it is.
But if you really want to know, let me open it just to zoom in on it a little bit. He was close to the town of Ingnan.
Oh, okay.
You guys
That's
are at
not
the
too far
lizard,
away, yeah.
lizard kicks in right now.
Lizard kicks
So
in's over there.
you basically, I will say, have a choice. If you want to take the Royal Road, that's not even going to take you, like a day.
Yep.
But you'll be on the Royal Road, which means you
And
will
out in the
probably
open.
be seen. Right. If
Yeah,
you want
don't
to
like
kind of
that. Don't love
go
that.
through the
Yeah.
woods, I would say I'll call that 2 days through the woods.
2
This is
days
kind
through
of-
the woods isn't.
Yeah, this is kind of your guys' area. I mean, you know how to get around.
Yeah, we should do that. Definitely by woods, 2 days.
Yeah.
Take our time. We have a lot of
All of
people
our
now.
secret trails.
Yeah. We have a lot
All
of
our
people
all
now.
our cow hiding spots.
Okay. So you head back, and it's Death Week of sea season, so this is still very early spring. It was Water Day today while you're there, and so it was Surprising, I think I said it was surprisingly warm and dry, though, today.
Rue's gonna tell people to go ahead. He'll catch up in a little bit.
Okay, you can stay in the
Wants to
Vale
do.
a little bit? All right.
Yeah.
Bryn
I'll
will
do
give
you
two things.
first. Okay.
Yeah, Bryn will give
Okay.
you a kiss, and she'll nod and she'll head off with her cousin, unless her cousin also wants to kiss you too.
Family.
Was the Vale the Arkansas of Sartar?
Ding, 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 ding.
Aw.
Yeah, Arkansas, not quite Alabama. Arkansas.
First thing.
Yep.
Once they head off, he's gonna stay on that little island there for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then he's gonna go over to Jorganeth's sword
Mm-hmm.
and get on his knees and just sort of put his hand against the blade and like rest his forehead against the hilt, and he's gonna fucking talk to it.
Okay.
He's gonna think really hard, and he's gonna say, "To Hamacht, the sword is death. To Telmar, it was the sharpest teeth. I don't know if there are differences or if you're the same, but I think I'm looking for a piece of you. For our people. And if you can give me a sign, any sign, I'm listening." And he's just going to be quiet and still for a bit and listen to the river and just feel the cold of the metal and be patient and still, like you do when you're waiting on a trap line.
First, you just hear the babble of the river going by over the stones, and wind rustling in the trees, and just quietness, which in and of itself is a little disconcerting because you're so used to this place being filled with people and sounds, and now it just feels so empty. Literally, the spirit has gone out of it. And then you hear the cawing of a raven. And you see one in a tree watching you.
He's going to look up at the raven.
It looks at you, caws once, and then flies away. Back up into the Vale.
Shit, I mean, I follow the bird. I'm always following birds in RPGs. You don't know the other one, but literally the same thing has happened to me before.
Oh, yeah?
I almost died.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there was a bird and it looked like it wanted me to follow it. And it was like, what are you doing, Ian?
It flies north to the pool, which is the base of the waterfall.
Yeah.
And
That's
circles
where the
around
waterfall
there.
spirit was, right?
Yep.
No, she was
No?
further. She was up in the mountains,
Is
actually.
that not where
Yeah.
that guy pissed in that pool?
No, that was in a different
that's
place.
further
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Different pool.
So you follow it. So there's a pool at the base of the waterfall. That's the dough run that flows down, and then there's Neresta's pool, which is like also higher up in the mountains. Those two different pools. I'm sorry. So not Neresta's pool, the dough run. But just to an area where the water is it's the pool, so it's deeper and calmer here. And the raven kind of circles over that and then lands in a tree on the other side of it, the pool from you, just kind of sits and watches you.
Ah, shit, I'm going in.
All right, so I guess you start to get undressed, like dive into the pool. But
Yep.
then when you do, you stop and you look in the pool because you're like, wait, those people aren't behind me. And you see standing behind you Jorganath and Gordengar and Caladon and Saven.
What do I
You're
need
not
to
in
do?
the pool, but you see the reflection
The
of it
reflection
behind you.
behind me.
Yeah.
He's not going to look to either side. He's going to keep looking at the reflection in the water,
Yeah.
and he's going to say, "What
Mhm.
do I need to do?" North is huge.
Jorganath speaks. No, actually, I take that back. He doesn't speak. The water ripples, and in rippling, it just looks behind you like it looks like the scenery behind you is changing. It's not the the cliffs and the mountains. You see like the world kind of changing behind you. So it's not like you're looking in the water and you're like like the background's changing, right?
The skyline is changing.
Correct. Like if I change in my Zoom background,
It's a
right?
different mountain ridge.
Correct. This is not a mountain ridge. It's wooded, deep, deep woods, but another pool. And then there's very quickly another face in it of this very, very old looking wolf with black eyes.
He's gonna
But she's
just focus to
gone
take in every detail that he
gone
possibly can.
almost in an instant. But then you are also shown a very, very pale woman with very, very black hair, almost so black that it has highlights of blue in it, wearing all black armor with no livery on it.
Princess.
Yep.
I understand. He's gonna take a moment, kneel down at the water's edge, and just lift like some of the silt and just like kiss the silt, put it down, and then he's gonna head out.
It kind of, the four of them salute you and then just fade out behind you.
All right. He's gonna head back now.
Okay. Everyone else, you beat Ruback, and when you do, Azrala will be the one. She comes running up to Deskar and Jess.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, "You will not believe what happened." It's not a bad thing, but
Okay.
well, I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. Just come on.
I'll follow.
Okay. Everybody kind of hustles up. Arissa's been like lagging a little bit because she's like, it's you went in the evening, it's cooler and damp, and then she's just not feeling so great.
Ritual took a lot out of her.
Took a lot out of her. But they take you, she leads you to you're at the Lizard Kicks Inn, so you go into the inn, and you see, the first thing you see is like, you're like, what the fuck is an owl doing here? You see this like nice sized snowy owl sitting kind of on it's not a box, but someone's laying on the kind of at the ground of the box, and it's a even thinner, more gaunt looking Chimrese.
It's
Chimrese. But
Are
like,
his eyes in the right place? Check his fucking eyes.
Yeah, like
she's like, he showed up and he's he won't talk or say anything. He just showed up and
is he breathing? Is he alive? Is he?
well, I mean, as live as he usually looks.
First aid. Yeah, I guess.
Are his eyes
some
awake?
first
Is he
aid.
is like asleep?
He's asleep.
Or is he just like comatose?
His eyes are closed right now. He's sleeping.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Or resting.
Did he like come in by himself, or was he?
He just he walked in, was found wandering around, and walked right over here. Like he
And
knew
they
we were
just
going to be
left
here.
him here by this box.
Well, I mean, he just
It's warm.
laid him down here, and he
Is
never
it by
really
a
liked to
fire?
be outside much. And yeah, it's close to a fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would obviously lay down next to a fire. He always does.
We put him next to the most interesting rock we could find.
Roll mineral lore. No.
Mineral lore.
I'm just looking at this the skills. Mineral lore is 1.
Just rest my hand on him, see if he's like warm.
Within
Ask him
lieu
if
of a
he's
healer.
okay. Yeah,
No,
we don't
Arissa's
have
there.
Arissa.
Arissa's
She's there.
I'm going to say Arissa calls out his name,
Yeah.
and
She
he
rushes
opens his
over.
eyes,
Oh.
and his eyes are his eyes, and they're in the right order and everything.
Okay.
So this looks like Kyrese, and he sees all of you, smiles slightly, and then just closes his eyes and goes back to sleep.
He must have been through one hell of a shamanistic ordeal.
Yeah.
Because he disappeared on us like weeks ago, right?
Weeks ago.
Months ago, like 2
Months.
seasons ago. 2 seasons ago. Yeah.
And it's not like he like disappeared. He's like, hey, I'm going on a journey.
Yep.
So
He
he's
went
just
on a
like,
mystical, magical journey.
yeah. So hopefully the
He needs
maybe
to
we'll
rest.
just set him up with like he might not have the strength to eat, like whoever can Arissa can like feed him soup.
Sure. Arissa will say not leave his
Stay and
side.
tend to him. Yeah.
Put warm
tonight.
rocks in his pockets.
Yeah. Tuck him up in like one of
Just
the
that Japanese warm rock massage. Just lay them along your spine.
I tried to do that for my husband once for a Valentine's Day gift, but the rocks were super hot and I like burned the shit out of him. Whoops.
As far as we can tell, like he's well though, just like seemingly malnourished.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to have him back. And when he recovers, we'll have to ask him about his journey and where he's been and what he's done.
Okay. I would say that, Bryn, Rue, you catch up. Yeah.
I'll rush over to see Kyrese as soon as I hear about him and see also that he is, gaunt, but unharmed otherwise, apparently.
That's on the outside.
Yeah, same thing.
Near as we can tell.
He'll look at you and smile, but he does not speak.
Take your time.
The owl seems very chill with all of you.
Yeah, turns attention to this owl.
Turns its head to look at you.
Hello,
just
hunter
as like
of
the
the
owl
night.
just
Oh, jeez, Kent.
what? That's what
We're
owls
not
do.
in a
They're just
horror
like,
movie. Oh, okay. I thought you meant it snaps its
No,
neck and dies.
no.
Whoops. All right, never mind. That's fine.
Do you have an accord with our friend? Beast speech now, growling softly at this owl.
You're going to speak beach speech to it?
Yeah.
It does not reply.
Did Kyrese finally get an animal companion like the rest of us instead of a pet rock?
This is a person. This is a person in bird form. You're not a bird, are you? I will say in the common tongue.
It's kind of like does the owl thing where it like fluffs its feathers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sniff this owl.
Gonna interrupt here with the sniffing of an owl. Doc Void, 31 months. Thank you so much.
Damn, bro. Thank you so much. You can smell the owl.
I'm gonna smell the owl.
It kind of like watches you do it. A little disturbed. Smells like an owl.
I'm watching this owl. I'll go talk to Syl and be like, the owl seems suspicious to me.
It smells normal to me.
All the more suspicious.
I'll ask around. Did the owl come in with Kyrese?
Yes.
Okay. Was it like how did they find the owl while he was wandering around?
flying around over him, and then when he wandered in, it just landed by him and won't leave.
Are there any like bird of prey or owl gods
Um,
that we know of?
there are owls. There are bird spirits.
Spirits, yeah.
Uh, different birds are sacred to different gods and goddesses.
I'm wondering if
If
this is like a Nightclaw Yinkin
if I
situation.
remember correctly off the top of my head, there are certain birds that Sardarites are cool with. Woodpeckers are one. Woodpeckers are actually sacred to the Colomar. And there is an argument for owls that they like owls, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it is.
Okay. All right. I'll just tell Sil, keep an eye on him.
Okay, brother.
Brother.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
brother.
I'll tell her about my vision too. I'll sit down and I'll tell her, like, we went back to the Vale and
Oh, yeah, Sil wasn't with you. Okay.
yeah, I prayed over Jorganeth's sword for insight into the sharpest teeth. And a raven appeared and I followed it and it showed me a vision. Jorganeth, Gordagar, the others. I saw a forest in the north. And a wolf with black eyes.
The Wolflands.
I think I could find it again. Have you ever been?
No.
You heard any stories?
Many.
Have any distant cousins or anything up there?
Yes. You're gonna make me name them now, aren't you?
No, you don't have to. Yes.
Yeah.
Pending, but yes, and then she mumbles. We'll come up with badass Tomori names for them later.
Yes. She says yes, she has, but she has not
Personally met them. She just knows
really
of
met
them.
Correct.
Yeah. I think we'll be seeing them soon. I hope.
There are many different packs of wolves, obviously, in the Wolflands. The tribes are not like the tribes of men. There are more packs. They change and grow and split and then grow again often. But I do have kin up there. I would know them by scent. You just have to sniff each other's butts when you get, you just have to,
Get in there and you'll know. We're going to need them. Sartar's going to need them.
Sartar might not want them.
Well, we'll have to change that.
I hope we can.
Together. And he'll touch his head to hers.
Sniffs you. And you get a little dog lick. Yeah.
Aww.
All right. Settle down for the night.
Sure.
I am gonna go talk to my aunt and just see if she knows anything about getting in contact with Whitewall or getting
Nevena.
into Whitewall.
Okay.
Nevena, yeah.
Yep. All right.
Subtly
yeah,
and quietly, like privately to the side. And I can
Yeah, you
talk to
find her joking around with some of her third win guys, and she's like, "Oh, everything all right?"
I have a question for you. If we could talk in private.
Sure. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Aunt. Do you know of a way to get into Whitewall? Take that as a no.
That wasn't an outright no. That was. It's not easy.
I mean, you've never seen Whitewall. I've only seen it once. and it's a massive fortress on the back of a cliff's ridge. There's only one narrow path up and down. That's why it's such a powerful fortress. I suspect there have been other secret ways in because it's been there since Volsoxy, since Vingot was alive. So it's very, very old. So I suspect there would have been other ways in and out of it, but I don't know any. I'm sorry.
Do you know of a way to contact Whitewall or get word in?
Not without very powerful magic.
Okay. Well, we might possibly have that. So
We might need to shake a little bit of that out of people. Just
all right.
Ah.
Well, thank you. It's worth asking.
Morganeth.
Right.
Make secret tunnel.
I mean, we have Morganath. We also have like a dragon. We might also have Chimeris's owl. We don't know what the owl does. Like maybe it sends
It just gets
messages
real
like Harry
big.
Potter. You know?
It gets real big and you ride on it like never ending story.
I was like, well, this owl, I can't write it. I have no interest in this, but that's true. Maybe the dragon too. You just fly it in. That'd be a
terrible
sight.
idea.
That
It would be a sight though.
It is a terrible idea. It's not subtle at all. Although he can make things invisible, so there's also that.
Just 100 of us on the dragon's back, invisible, just woo!
Yeah.
All right.
So if anybody else has anything to, if nobody else has anything to do, we'll call that a night. And you all wake up in the morning. In the morning, Chimeris is still, he's eating. He gets up and he eats, but he is not speaking. And you do notice that he has kind of like when if you just like if you're not really like kind of like trying to engage with him, he has like 1,000-yard stare sort of thing going on.
I'm gonna go and hold hands and just sit with him for a little bit. We don't have to talk, but
He smiles and he seems very happy at the company.
yeah, I'm gonna sit with my old friend for a while.
I prepare my horse for Chimeris to ride on.
Are you all? Let me ask you this question: how many people are going to find this guy Vamastal? Is it everybody?
I think we should move the whole company across the border to Sambari lands, but I don't think we should all set upon this guy's hut with his sick child, like 100 of us, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. We should all cross the border, find a little place to make a little base camp, and then a few of us should go find
Fair.
Greyskin.
Okay.
Wait,
All
is
right.
Lizard Kicks in not in Sambara?
It's just outside of it, I think, if
Okay.
I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
So, all right. So you head.
And Ordrin, is there anything we should do before crossing into Sambari lands with 100 armored men, women, and warrior
You don't need to
kind?
ask him. Technically, when you cross into a tribe or clan's land, you're supposed to be like, "Hey, we're here," which is a way of saying like we're not here with ill intent. And then you have to meet them and have that whole like greet thing. And then right, and then they'll be like, "All right, you're cool. You can camp here." And then when you camp on their land, that is actually considered like your land while you're camping there. If they grant you that. If you just go in there, and
Okay, so
people
we're allowed
see
to
you,
cross as long as we seek them out in a timely manner and be like, "Hey, yo's just here."
but
and stuff.
here's the deal, right? Depends on who you talk to. So if you go to the tribal king, well, you don't know if he's a lunar loyalist or not.
He's more lunar loyalist than the rebel,
Correct. So
or at least willing to pretend.
kind of
such.
leaves you guys have to make that decision about what you want to do. I'll put it that way.
I think we try to keep it on the DL because Greyskin is not that far over the border.
No, and it's not going to be through the woods is over the river and through the woods here. It's not that populated of an area, those woods. So the most people, for the most part, people are very close to those towns. So you shouldn't run much risk of running into people. And if you do, you can still talk. Now, you can go by an individual farmer and be like, hey, man, we're cool. We're not here to raid. And they might or may not believe you, but at least you're not like, startling them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we do. We try to be on the DL as much, avoid the road, go through the woods and stuff, get closer to where we think Greyskin is, set a little base camp, and then a few of us will go and see if we can help.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Stay in hiding.
So you head out and you head through the woods and, marching like, not quite single file because there's a lot of you, but Origin takes the lead because he's hunted a lot in these lands, so he kind of knows where he's going. And he leads you through. The first day goes by really nice forest, actually, really nice hills and forested hills. You catch some sight of game trails and stuff like that, Descara and Rue. And these are very good hunting lands. You know that. You can tell that. And there's some really good timber in here, too, for building and such. It's probably why they're putting the Lunar Temple so close to it.
Does Origin... I asked him does he want to stay here? He has his new kid, his wife.
I don't have anything to stay here for. The rest of my clan we got as many as we could when we hit the slave plantation, but the rest of them were just spread out.
Did you want to set up somewhere though? We're always on the move. You have your wife, your daughter.
I have a country to fight for.
Enough said.
I appreciate it, Bryn. I really do, but I saw too many people I love killed and taken away. And if we win, then my wife and son will have a home, and if we don't, I'm not going to see anybody else go to them. And I can go to my ancestors knowing that I did everything I could.
Your wife and son could also see you die, and what would they have then?
A reason to continue fighting.
Your son's not old enough to fight yet.
One day he will be.
Bryn is like, don't make another me. Oh, man. I like to think Rue's in the background overhearing this, just like...
Look at the bright side. Bryn's trying to stop it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your son doesn't want to fight. Enough said. Be careful, though. War's hard.
I know.
Says the 16-year-old to the...
Yep, to the slave. Yes.
To the 15-year-old or
Ex-slave.
16-year-old. You're both about the
We're
same
18
age.
now.
We're
Yeah,
18
you are.
now,
You're
that's
right.
right.
Yep.
You're right. Or
True.
17.
18 now.
17.
Yeah, not
18.
quite 18.
I guess at least
Oh, yeah,
he's
you're right.
bringing
You're
his
almost
kid
18.
with him.
Yeah, we're 18. We're 18.
Yeah, we're 18.
Fair enough.
We just
Fair
turned
enough.
18.
Fair enough. And then he goes, besides, if my wife and kid weren't here, what would Afar do?
Wait, what has Afar been doing?
Like, doting over the
Doting
child and
over the
having a
child.
woman
Yeah,
to cook
exactly.
and
Yeah.
home make with and
Yeah.
talk to.
Aw. Aw.
All of the Arnaldans are like, a baby.
I'll keep trying.
So you camp that night. That night's Wednesday, which means that this is the dragon moot.
The dragon moot?
And the dragon moot. Every week you moot with the dragon. And
Oh,
the
that's
dragon
right.
gives a speech.
That's
I
right.
have not
It
prepared
comes
one.
out through the trees. Then he gives us poses
I'm
us
going
a
to just
riddle.
take one right out of the book.
Answer
Okay.
me these riddles 3.
I feel
Yes.
like it's been a long time since we've done one of these.
We didn't do one in Sacred Time because the dragon kind of chilled out during Sacred Time.
Yeah. Dragon moot.
A moot.
So we have this weekly.
It's a weekly moot.
Mm.
If there are any...
Could the moot be an email?
Because there's someone who just like
Could this
asks
be an
needless questions at the moot.
Can the moot be
Hilarious.
an email?
But the thing is, you have Aranina, So if like someone's like asking questions or something, Ernie just glares them down and they shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Just flexes her arms a little bit, and they're like,
Yep. Where are the moots? Hold on a second. Meet, and we shall have mootin. He gets over.
I found a Wild Bill's cup from 2011.
2011.
2011.
Damn.
Shit.
For what now?
A Wild Bill's cup.
Oh wait, like one of
these.
yours.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, do you need one from 2011? Is 2011 a special year?
No,
I
no,
see,
I
in
found
your
one that I
house.
have. Yeah.
Nice. I should look for mine. I think it's downstairs somewhere.
That should be
What
the
is-
Brooklyn County Fair one.
Yeah, I think so.
Where are the moot stories?
Well,
Where
Christian is
are-
looking up the moot stories. For those who are unaware, Wild Bill's is a soda company that generally regularly goes to cons and like fairs and stuff throughout the U.S., maybe across overseas too. We found out this at least at PAX. They had an amazing like deal for vendors and whatnot, where like you get a pay for a refills for the whole weekend,
Oh, wow.
and it's like $20 for people who run games and vendors and stuff. It's
Mhm.
like super cheap for them. Normally it's like $40-$50 for like basically like unlimited soda if you want
Yeah.
to stand in lines, but it's
At
good
Gen
soda.
Con, the lines are horrific, and it's in the sweltering heat, and it is awful.
And
At
there's
PAX,
only
there are
one.
2 fill stations, and they are indoors.
Yep.
Nice.
Because it's December.
Hmm.
And at Gen Con, sometimes there's bees.
Always there's bees.
There's bees because
So you
it's
both
in
have to
the
wait
summer.
in line and then fight the bees.
You don't fight bees. You just threaten them with puns.
So you wait for the line to be low, and then you send Kent in, specifically Kent, to get soda. And then you take his soda and you pour it in your water bottle, and then you send him into the line again. And then he comes back with more soda, and you pour that into a water bottle.
Wow.
I love that you said that online.
Soda costs 2 cents to pour, guys.
Yeah.
We're
Anyway,
ready.
I
Go ahead,
found a
Christian.
moot. Nope.
Moot. Moot us.
We have it is the riddle of the soda. It's,
Rainey losing his mind when we were like, we took the shampoo in a soda bottle.
that's what it's for. Like that's what
Rainey's like, I have to edit this. They can't know that they took the rain bath shower gel from the
that's
Airbnb
what
in a soda bottle.
Airbnb shampoo is for.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
take the whole bottle. We took
Right.
like we were
Whatever.
like,
Enough
it smells
to
really
supply
good.
their self until you
While
bought
we wait
your
for our
own.
Amazon order to come in.
It is what that's what it's for. Okay. I've said it. I said it. There you go. Anyway. Right. So you all chill out. You all hang out. And the dragon appears out of the trees again, as he usually does. And kind of twists all over you. And says, a young farmer, newly married, went to plow his fields. Everybody giggle. See, I knew it was coming. I'll just pause for the giggling.
And just
'Cause
look
I
at my
would-
cousin.
I would giggle there too. His new wife was with child, and there would soon be another mouth to feed. This is not the life he wanted, the young farmer lamented. Marriage was arranged. She's not as beautiful as others. Wow, what a dick. I could have been so much more than just a farmer. As he cursed his lot, his plow kept striking stones and cracking. Time and time again, he needed to cease his work to repair it. Even the earth is cursed. I despise my life. He stormed away and spotted an aged sage sitting at the corner of the field watching him. Wise one, why is the world so unjust? He demanded from the old man. It is all a misery, my marriage, my future, my lot. Even the plot is filled with stones. The sage shook his head. You cannot remove the stones from your field, my son. There are none there. No stones? Are you mad? He looked behind him, befuddled, for the sage was right. The earth was bare of rocks. I don't understand. Where are the stones?
Your shitty attitude.
That's it, actually. The stones are in your heart. Yeah, the stones are in your heart. Yeah. You may add a point to Draconic Consciousness if you choose so.
That's the one that Rue gets right there. He's like, that guy's a dick. And they're like,
Actually, everyone can get it since you got that one. So add a point to your Draconic Illumination skill if you want.
Oh boy.
Draconic Consciousness or Draconic Illumination, or are those the
Sorry,
same thing?
it's the same thing. I slipped.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Illumination. For those of us who looked into the lights.
I
It
did
is
not,
something
but yet I
different.
have points in it now.
Add a
You
point.
should have more than one. This is your first
Yeah.
one?
No, I've got
Okay.
4 now.
I was going to say, you should have more than one.
Getting there. You're getting there. Looking into the void.
Slowly. My mind is
Slowly
opening up.
look
I
into the
dream
light.
about the discarded masks of the gods a lot.
I probably see a lot more things seeing as I
Wake
am
up
at
sweating.
17. But I had a head start on that one.
And your shitty attitude.
Everybody did look at Discara and Israela, by the way, when it was like the newly married in the plowing fields.
That's what I
was
did. I was
cute. Oh.
200
Then I heard
eyes.
child, and I was like, oh.
200 eyes turned to look at you guys.
Hey, we had a pact. We had no children for this first year.
Yep.
Oh,
Is-
really?
Arnaldo priestesses
Yep.
have a way of not making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice.
Or making it happen if they choose to.
Nice.
They have the magic. They're like, no child for you. Or
True
curse of 100
feminism
babies.
is choice.
And the dragon, just as it's about to leave, stops in front of Kymrese and looks at him. Kymrese looks back. And the dragon sort of like rumbles and hisses
Mm.
Uh-oh.
at Kymrese.
Is this like similar to like when Rue grumbles and hisses, or this is like a bad grumble and hiss?
Doesn't sound
Hiss.
bad. It's just a grumble and then a very high hiss. And then Kymrese kind of hisses back. And whatever
Rue.
all that was about, the dragon seems happy and then he leaves.
Hmm.
Rue was like getting ready to pounce between them. Like, oh shit, gonna have to break up a fight.
Interesting.
Does Kymrese speak dragon?
There's so.
Kymrese?
Looks at you.
He's gonna make a little Kymrese, but in beast speech. So he makes a little growl Kymrese. Does he only talk in growls now?
He smiles and shakes his head like he doesn't understand.
He gives you a rock.
We'll just put his hand on his shoulder and say, it's good to have you back, buddy.
He nods at you.
Shit. Now, may I have a new fixation for my anxiety.
Kymrese?
But also, princess, whose name I keep forgetting.
Lila.
Lilia. Who was there,
Lilia.
by the way,
Lilia.
listening?
Oh, she
You
was at our roof?
found, because you have these weekly, and I always forget that because like we typically do one a season, but you have them
Yeah.
weekly. So we can, to save myself the pain of having to come up with Zen parables constantly, we can just kind of like do like an intelligence roll thing for the ones you miss to see if you add points too. We can make that like a seasonal thing. But you have noticed that she's pretty good at getting these.
Rue's gonna have to talk to her. Kristen's like, I've been putting it in front of you for weeks.
Just going to keep making her more and
She's
more
nice.
interesting until you
She's
finally
nice.
talk to the most interesting girl in the world. All right.
Bryn is the most interesting girl in the world, okay? Let's not
All
get
right.
ahead of ourselves.
Arissa's
right,
the
first
most
off,
interesting girl in the world.
He's like,
First
Israel is the most interesting girl in the world.
Bryn is my cousin, and no, she's not.
I'm just grateful she's your cousin. Turns his head back toward his wife.
That is the weirdest thing I think Rue has ever said.
No competition. Like, she's mine.
I mean, Erenina's still here.
It's true. I can't compete with that.
We all lose in that
We
request.
all lose. We're all runners up in the race against Aranina.
But yeah, Lilia, I mean, she's been nice to like everyone she's talked to, so
Talk to her about death.
lovely.
I saw her in a vision.
Lilia?
When I stayed back in the Vale, I communed with Jorganath's sword and asked about the sharpest teeth, and it showed me a forest in the north, the Wolflands, black-eyed wolf, and her.
Hmm.
Her faith is Humakti of some kind. And the sharpest teeth and sword and Humakt, they're all tied together.
Oh, that would make sense then to ask her about it. What was she doing in the vision?
Just standing there in the black armor.
Have you asked Syl about her?
Still hasn't mentioned that she smells strange or anything, has she?
Nope, you haven't asked.
I haven't.
Still
but
hasn't been like
she was
apples
like,
up.
I need to warn you about her,
No,
but
she hasn't been no, but
There's a lot of strange things. Like we're new and stuff too, so I'm sure there's a lot of strange spells that she's just like
yeah,
weird, but
I haven't.
Must
But
be
she hasn't
normal for
mentioned
them.
anything.
might be a place to start. She's been around us for a while, so
Hydrate.
Yeah, I'll check in with Syl and Nightclaw, see if they've noticed anything.
have you
Amber, drink
talked
your tea.
to Nightclaw before? It's probably gone.
Yes, I've talked to Nightclaw before. He doesn't really like talking to me, but he does sometimes.
please make me role play a cat.
Sometimes he pretends like he doesn't understand beast speech. He's just
You
like,
animal Christian. No, he just turns around, gives you his tail and butt. That's
Usually
the
what I get
better
from him is
cat
snarky
answer.
He's just like-
comments anyway.
and look at my butthole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's been with us for a while. We don't really know that much about her. She hasn't said what she wants or where she wants to go or how long
Really
she'll
much
be
of
with
why
us.
she was imprisoned in a lunar plantation.
I mean, she was caught, picked up. She's different. Lunars don't really have a lot of reasons, right?
They're not stupid. They do have plans.
You think because they kept her?
I think they knew she was of value as more than a plantation slave.
I mean, she's a princess, right? Did we know that?
I mean, we know that.
We know that.
I don't know.
Maybe
if
they
she
had
told
plans
them.
to ransom her off, though, or a trade or a deal. We don't know how valuable she is either.
Yeah. I'll talk to her after I check in with Syl and Nightclaw.
Let me know if you need anything.
Heard you talking to Ordrin.
Yeah, makes me nervous. His son is on the road with us.
I know.
It isn't safe. We go to a lot of dangerous places.
These days, nowhere is safe.
That's true too.
She
Better
has
with his family than anything else.
dozen Arnaldans ready to die for her at any moment, so
Yeah,
this is as good a place as any.
maybe.
We won't be taking her to the Vanguard.
They could maybe run away somewhere. hunker down.
World's gotten smaller.
Nowhere safe anymore. You're right.
He's gonna touch her cheek. I'll check in tonight.
Okay.
Kiss her forehead. And gonna go find Syl and Nightclaw.
You find Syl first because Syl is
Watching the owl.
yes.
Yes. Just
She's
like,
like,
That's
all right,
exactly,
you
just
sketchy
like-
motherfucker. You seem like an owl, but the more you seem like an owl, the more I think you seem too much like an owl.
You find a staring contest between the owl and Syl.
that's hilarious.
But the owl is actually like its head turned backwards looking at it. So it's like not facing Syl, but it's like got the
Syl's
backwards
like
head.
snuck up behind it, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
and it's just like staring her down. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
hey, Syl.
Hi. I'm watching the owl. She says without taking the eyes off the owl.
He looks like he's watching you back.
I know. Cannot let him win.
Like wolf tears streaming down her face.
I was gonna say, I think of the two, I feel like Syl would lose this one.
Yeah.
I cannot let him win.
Finally, she's
We'll
like,
take a seat with her.
"Oh, I can't. I'm sorry, brother. I failed you. And the owl
Don't
just
worry
like
about it.
puffs up, turns around.
He's probably okay, even if he's not quite a normal owl. I don't think Time Race would have brought something bad back to us. I haven't had a chance to ask you about Ilya.
Lilia.
Lilia.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wrote it down right and then I didn't look at it.
That's fine. That's fair. I'm not. No, I listen. I'm listening. I do not judge. I've mispronounced
Here we go.
things on
There's
stream.
just so
So-
many names.
There are.
So many.
There are. Yes, the dark-haired one.
Yeah, have you what do you think of her?
She seems nice. She gave me scritches. There's something though. Something she smells. There's a smell on her that I can't. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Does it feel threatening?
Just something I can't place.
Has Nightclaw mentioned anything?
Nightclaw stole my meat. I'm not talking to him.
Oh shit, we're having a falling we're having a spat.
Oh no, the animal totem's in danger.
Oh, come on.
It was my jerky.
Well, you're gonna have to watch him carefully and steal some of his jerky, and then you'll be square.
I will. He thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, cats are like that. He does know some things, though.
He hasn't said anything about her.
All right. Thank you.
You want me to watch her too?
You don't have to watch her, every second of every day or anything, but just keep an eye. If you notice her trying to sneak off anywhere, maybe follow.
Okay. She speaks when she eats. Have you heard that?
I have heard her praying.
I do not know the word she speaks.
I understand just a couple. Something to do with Humocht or something similar.
It sounds like it.
I think she has something to do with the sharpest teeth.
How could she? She is not of the pack.
Humak's sword and the teeth. There are a lot of similarities.
True.
I think maybe a lot of things are reflections or shadows of each other.
I guess they could be. You're very wise.
What are the
brother.
chances the sun sucks so much that he was killed twice in two very different ways?
Pretty high, actually.
You know, actually, like, Yelm sucks a lot. Yeah. Either that or the sun just really sucks and every culture everywhere gets a shot at him.
Everybody's just lined up like.
My turn. All right. I will give other folks to do a chance to do things before I would do more
Sure.
things.
Anyone else have anything they want?
Everybody's like,
I don't
nothing.
have things. Yeah. I don't have things right now.
Kent is gone.
He's listening though.
Yeah, there was a ruckus. I had to go see if everyone was okay.
Ruckuses.
Is this where we're probably camping before we head out to Greyskin,
Yeah,
or
you're
do we got
definitely
another night?
You got one more night.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I talked to Ordrin, training with Jorna.
Kent
They're like,
Des is
we're
just
boring.
Des is just too busy.
Yeah,
Busy
too
sleeping
busy.
with his wife.
Busy
He's
banging.
busy.
He's
He's
busy.
busy. He's busy at night. He can't help with that.
Yeah.
It's
I
up
don't
to
make the
us, the
plans
few,
though.
the brave, the celibate,
Those of us with nothing better to
the
do.
taking it slow. All right. We'll wait until the evening after the moot and people are settling in around their little individual campfires and shit.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm gonna go find Ilya. Not Ilya. Lilia.
Lilia.
With
Yeah.
an
Okay.
L.
With an L. Yes.
You people have been fed because you typically eat after the mood, and she has gotten herself a bowl of stew. You
A bowl of
forage as you go,
something.
and some people picked up some roots and hopefully non-magic mushrooms and some meat to make a nice stew for everyone.
Oh god, it's the magic mushroom scene. We're all fucking high.
And yeah, you see her sit down with it, and she doesn't see you yet.
I will be carrying my own bowl of stew, so as not to be weird, and I will ask if I can join her, if she minds if I join her.
As you walk up, she's like kind of like doing like this thing.
I'll
She
wait till
puts
she
it down and
prays.
she kind of does this thing over it. You may make a listen roll.
I will wait respectfully while
wish.
she prays, but also
Mhm.
snoop as intently as I can.
Sure, make a listen roll.
Ears don't fail me now. Ooh,
Ooh.
not good. Just muttering.
It's in a muttering in a language you don't know,
Yeah.
and you don't know anything like it. Because a lot of languages are very similar, so you could just be like, all right, well, like Hjortling sounds a lot like Tarshite and like things like that, but this doesn't sound like anything you know.
Hey, wolf speech doesn't sound like anything most people here know either, so I get it.
Mhm.
Once she's done praying, Rue will say, like, mind if I join you?
Oh, she seemed lost. No, not at all. Help yourself.
He'll have a seat by the fire and, take a couple bites of stew.
So good, she says.
Yeah, my mom helps out with the cooking, and
I just
Afar
love
is
whatever
also
spices she's
a
using.
wizard.
They're just wonderful. They really are. It's just really, really tasty. I enjoy it.
I'll pass on the compliments.
I will. Thank you.
Are you Humakti,
What?
worshiper of Humakt in a
Oh,
form
the
or
sword.
other?
Guy? No.
Well, what do they call him where you're from?
Humacht?
I saw you the other day in a vision.
She kind of like she's got her eyes are almost black, but not like black like a black eyed
I was
kid
gonna say
black.
like black eyes.
No, but like they're so dark brown that even her eyes are almost black. Let me put it that way.
Especially at night, right? Like,
Like
in
her
the light of a
irises,
fire.
yeah. And she kind of like, but you see them like you see like the whites of her eyes. She kind of like gets very surprised and like kind of draws back from you a little bit and be like, what, where are you going with this?
I think you're supposed to help me find something.
Oh, okay.
Wait, where did you think I was going with this?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I thought you and the redheaded girl. So I just was a little surprised. That's all.
Bryn and I, yes, we are together.
Okay,
We're very
that's what I
happy.
thought. I'm sorry. I just misunderstood a little bit. I did not mean to freak out. That's all. So
I didn't. Yeah, no.
all right.
I feel like Rue keeps going, right? Like, no, not that you're not pretty. You're very pretty, but I'm just. Just keep
That's
going.
that. It's the low.
Just foot in mouth. No,
Yep.
no.
No,
I
yeah,
was-
no. I mean, I didn't mean like you were like. I didn't mean like you like. I wouldn't. I just meant that I thought you and her, and I wouldn't. That's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, we're.
Okay. Yes, that's what I thought.
No, it was a vision regarding an artifact that I'm looking for.
Okay.
So you know about the Sword of Humacht, right?
Yes, sword of death.
So the Telmori have a legend that's actually really similar in some ways. Short version, Fox tricked Telmor into taking the sharpest teeth, which were death, and he killed the sun with it.
Okay.
The teeth and the sword, they're alike in a lot of ways.
So they're death.
Yeah,
All right.
and I'm looking for them. And
It's dangerous to go looking for those things.
these are dangerous times.
That is true.
But I asked for help from some of the fallen heroes of our tribe over Humakti's sword, and I had a vision of the Wolflands and a she-wolf and you.
I don't have anything to do with wolves. I'm sorry.
But you do have something to do with death.
I've only. What makes you think that? You can do a psychology. It's not psychology. What is it called here? Hold on. You can vibe check her.
The vibe check, yes, that should just be a skill. Vibe check.
I think we've been
Vibe check.
doing like no own species.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Insight own species.
Insight own species.
It's under perception, so middle
Yeah.
column.
Thank you. I only have a 28 being part wolf.
I mean, that's higher than mine, and I'm not a wolf.
No. I get no insight. I just got to go where I'm headed.
Yeah. She just kind of stares at you and she says, what makes you think that?
When you pray, I've there's some words that sound similar, and I've just got an impression.
Give me something. I want to roll something here. Hold on a minute.
You don't want to ask her who she worships?
She seems hesitant about it. I'm getting there, but in a circuitous way.
Circuitous. That's a word I
Mm.
don't know.
Like a roundabout way.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just got to use words that people don't know.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry. She just completely biffed her insight roll on you. You were just two awkward
She's
assholes
like, "What's
trying
this guy up to?"
Yeah, you're two
She's like,
awkward
"I thought you were
assholes.
hitting on
Yeah.
me," and he's like, "Oh no, not that you're, not that like I'm just with someone, but I would." And she's like, "Yeah, me too, I would, but like I'm just like,
Yeah. She's like, no, I'm not just that's just an old family prayer. That's all. I'll give you another inside check here.
I just
And I will
know
give
that
you
this is not
I
all there
will
is.
give you a 20% bonus on this roll, okay?
It's too obvious.
Yes.
Augment it.
I was
Oh,
gonna
I
say
hit
you
it.
could
I hit it. I
augment.
didn't need to. I hit
Okay.
it. I hit it.
Yeah,
Even without 20.
that is a really bad lie.
Oh, not a family prayer.
But
If you're
Kind
It's
of a
like-
weird prayer for.
it's not entirely the truth.
yeah, it's a family
Oh.
prayer, but it's not knowing nothing about death.
Okay.
Weird to pray to a god of
Lilia, if you're worried that I'll have some sort of bad impression or prejudice or bias, you don't have to. I'm not exactly the most traditional person here.
You don't really know what you're saying when you say that.
I do.
I doubt it. She looks at you, and I'm going to give her another 5 check roll to see how I'm assuming you're 100% sincere here.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Okay, that's much better. Okay. You kind of stare at each other for a long time,
Wolf
and nothing
eyes.
is said because you get the impression that she's taking your measure, and she's kind of trying to decide if she can trust you or not. And so she's just like staring at you. What does Rue do?
He is going to stare back. He's just going to look into her eyes, unflinching, completely genuine.
It is a little bit awkward because it goes on longer than like normal.
Wolves stare. I feel like wolves stare at each other a lot too. So
Yeah, but this is like it goes on for greater than the duration of normal humans staring at each other.
it's just Syl and the owl all over again.
Now I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
But
just like lean over to Brandon and just like, do you think Rue's hitting on her?
she sighs very, very deeply,
It's so weird.
and she goes, "Okay, fine. My name is not Lilia. That part is not true.
Okay.
My real name is Icarne.
Oh, where's the page that I wrote Lilia down on?
It's okay. You don't need it anymore.
But I need to equals. Does that name have any meaning to me whatsoever?
No,
Just
but
another name. That's
the
fine.
rest of it might. But I'm just going to say right
Okay.
now. My father is not Lord Ymor of Merrin's Cross. There is no Lord Ymor in Merrin's Cross. And it wasn't just a Tarshite noble that I was to be wed to. My real father is Ethelrist of Muse Roost. And I was betrothed to Fandros' son, the Prince of Tarsh. Who's a child, like a literal child.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what the response she's hoping for is, but maybe it's ew.
It was a very appropriate response to that. Yeah, that's what I thought
Legitimately
too.
Just a marriage of
She said.
He's like, ew.
political marriage, just straight up political
But
marriage.
if you want to give I'll give you this one. Ethelrist you've heard the name. He lives in the horse country. He has his own lands there, like his own land that the Lunars gave him. It wasn't technically their land to give, but they gave it to him anyway. It's in the pure horse country, but they're like, you can take that land.
The Lunars gave it to him, or
Yes, because he was
Okay.
a mercenary captain for the Lunars of a group called the Black Horse Troop.
Hmm.
Because Atheris rode into hell as the White Horse Troop and came out the other side as the Black Horse Troop with immortal black horses that eat human flesh.
Like that rumor we heard about the horses eating flesh.
Yes.
Heard but ignored because we're like, that's weird.
That's weird. We have bigger problems.
The prayer that I pray, it's not, it is an old family prayer because I pray to, wasn't raised the way you are to the gods. Well, Atheris follows his own way, one of the Malchione sects. And, I pray to the author of my being, and Atheris, my father, and to my ancestor, glorious Arcot.
Arcot. I don't remember who Arcot is.
Arcot fought and killed Nicelor, who was the fake sun god that was created 2 ages ago, who really spread chaos.
Gotcha.
Did some shit with the Telmori.
Yes, the Telmori
Nicelor,
fought on Nicelor's side in that war.
Yeah.
That's how they got
That's
cursed.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's looking for you right now?
My father's men.
On the flesh-eating immortal black horses.
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
Those, yeah. It's just because the runaway bride thing, or is there more?
I mean, I never really listened to my father much. This whole
My father
thing
was
is,
shit too. Don't listen to him.
he's just a very harsh man and never really treated me as much more than an accessory or a pawn. And I just couldn't imagine sitting around long enough for some little lunar Tyshite asshole to grow hair on his nuts so I could pop out a kid. So I ran.
You're gonna do well here.
So that's all the truth. So I guess I have a little bit to do with death, but it's only because my father had been to the underworld and back.
I was told that's where the sharpest teeth are now. I just don't know how to get
That
there.
wouldn't surprise me. Well, I mean, you would have to hero quest.
Have to get ready for a hero quest.
One thing I did learn, Daddy did teach me, I'll give him that. Arcot was good at hero questing.
Did it change him?
It always changes you.
For better or worse?
Depends.
What about to you?
I mean, I haven't gone on any.
No, did it change your father for better or worse to you?
Oh, I never knew him before. That was centuries ago.
Your dad is centuries old.
Yeah, he's immortal.
Ah. Immortal is in he doesn't age or he cannot be killed.
I've never tried to kill him. I've thought about it, but
Well, I suppose if the sun can die.
even things that can die can come back. Karma's Barefoot brought Arcot back.
Yeah.
The Lunars brought a whole goddess back.
The way of the world is change.
Yes.
You don't have to be afraid of your
You
truth.
might have to, though.
The horses are the immortal horses and your immortal
Well,
hell riding father are a little bit concerning, but
well, the horses can be killed. I've seen that. I mean, they don't die, but they pretty much just look. The riders are just
is
men.
it
Okay.
is it sort of like a whinnying dismemberment thing, or
No, I mean they die, they get killed, but it's their spirits more, so they just kind of fly back to Muse Roost and reform.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the
That's
men.
fine.
Now the people
Muse
riding the
Roost isn't
horses,
far away.
they're just men. So, excuse me, they can be killed. But yeah,
Do you have any idea how many are out looking for you at any given time?
well, I
The
mean
sort
there's
of
not.
numbers they travel in?
They usually go into groups of their patrols, units of 50. Um, there are a lot if they're all of them.
Unideal. Okay.
But I don't think my father would send all of the entire troop after me. If he did, there'd be a lot more than just rumors.
He's like thinking this. He's like,
Because you know that. So one of the ways that Ethelrist got Muse Roost is so he contracted with the Lunars. I'll serve you for 50 years. Okay. 50 years and a day came around. He was out of his contract and he was like, fuck you guys. And just his horse troop like raised an entire city in Tarsh.
a lunar controlled city?
Yep.
So he's not currently a lunar simp.
He's not a simp, but he's his own dude. Yeah.
All right. He's just
He's a
sort of
mercenary.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's not the worst case scenario. Okay. Things could be worse than that.
Very much just like, money speaks.
Yeah.
We have some
All right.
rings. And
Yeah, exactly. Like we can just we've made things happen before.
We've dealt with a manicore. Why not an immortal horse? Immortal rider of an immortal horse.
That eats flesh. Why not?
But,
He's just turning that over for a minute, and then he's like, a couple follow-up questions. Is that your natural hair color, and does it have any large significance to you?
I mean, it's just when you're the daughter of someone who went to hell, kind of just this is the look, I guess. I mean, I've tried dyeing it, it doesn't work.
Fuck.
I'm not magical, but there's something about it.
I don't suppose you'd shave your head?
She just looks at you like, ew.
You stand out a lot. You're very conspicuous, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We could-
I know.
I mean, don't we all?
I mean, she is a blue-white girl with midnight black hair among a bunch of generally tanned,
Brown.
bronzed, brown
Yeah.
people. Like,
That is true. But at the same time, it's like if she's been known to travel with us anyway, we also have a few very discerning and very.
we haven't had her for that long yet, though. You know, like
It's been a few months.
and that's not to say she doesn't leave our company. Let me see if I can get you a suitable headscarf, perhaps.
Okay.
Just try to make you a little less distinct. But you can stay here with us. We're not going to turn you out.
Thank you. The Lunars knew they wanted to just ransom me back. That's why I was there.
Yeah, fuck them. They always make bad choices.
They are assholes. My father thinks so too.
That's not the worst. We'll figure it out.
Okay. In answer to your vision I don't know. I don't know anything about death, but I do know I was educated in my father's way, which was the. Hold on a minute. His sect is called the Atroxic School of Malkianism. I don't think it's practiced anywhere else in the world except there. It's really not that great, to be honest with you. But I did learn a lot of about hero questing and history in Arcot, so I might be able to help you with that. And if I can't help you, I know who would. There is there's the Temple of Black Arcot down in Isrolia. I could probably get you in because I've got a family connection. She laughs at that.
I will take you up on that. Thank you.
Okay.
God, we're like opens up his like journal book. He's like practicing to read, learning about battles, fucking taking oration classes, fucking hero questing classes. All I
It's
do
like
is go to
college.
school. It's just in school constantly. Pencil that in, hero quest class.
And I will also tell you, it changes you. My father was a leader of the White Horse Troop when he went in. When he came out, he had a cloak that's a demon that he wears and some sort of pact to get these horses.
I will find a way to prepare.
It might be a lot more than you think.
I think a lot. I really never stopped doing it, actually. Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you for not freaking out.
My life these past 2 years takes a lot. About your betrothment.
Yeah.
Not me, but if you were to find someone else and get married, would that free you from your commitments? Commitments.
At this point, I don't think it would matter with my father. It's more the losing face with the royal family of Tarsh.
Mm.
Being married to Jariel's son would mean a lot. The current prince of Tarsh is Jariel the Razor's son.
Ew.
Kind of a weird situation because she's not really that old. She's only in like her 30s, I think. But like most super magical lunar like incarnations of the goddess, she grew like super rapidly. So she was like really not much more than a teenager when she had sex with the old king of Tarsh in a ritual that he died in. And then this kid was the result of, yeah.
A ritual that he died in?
He died in that ritual, and this kid was the result of it. Yeah. Some of the weirder, grosser things of Glorantha. Yeah.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep brainstorming ideas on how to get you out of that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at it this way. We're always moving, so we're hard to find.
We'll play keep away as long as it takes.
Yeah. And we're being hunted anyway, so sooner or later someone's going to find us.
I mean, maybe the one group hunting us will run into another group hunting us and they'll fight.
I wouldn't want to fight those horses.
And the horses will fight the Lunars.
They have before.
Stranger things have happened. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
I will. I feel really good about this.
Me too. I'm gonna take you up on those lessons.
I'll tell you what I know, but sure.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Still gonna call you Lilia in public for keeping things on the
Okay.
DL reasons.
I kind of like it, actually. I mean, Akarne's a nice name, but it's the name he gave me. So,
Choose your own.
right.
All right. He's gonna report back to his buds.
Okay.
He's gonna go over there and they're looking at him like, what the fuck was that?
We're
What was
just
with all the
staring
eye?
so long. Yeah.
Like, he's like, I don't know. She started it and then I was in the loop and I couldn't I don't know. But she's cool. She's a very, very important person. And
Mhm.
her dad is sort of a centuries old immortal flesh-eating horse rider who rode into hell and back out again. And he's
Well.
looking for her. And he's looking for her. So we're gonna do our best to keep her away from him.
Are we?
Yes. Because she's gonna help me get to the underworld.
Okay.
And because it's the right thing to do. He's trying to make her marry a child that's a lunar goddess's son. She
There's a
doesn't want
lot
to.
of bad things in war, Rue.
And this one is right here in her hands.
And we've considered bad choices before for our people. She's not one of us.
She could be. Ordrin wasn't one of us either. And now he is. Us and them is not going to defeat the Lunars.
But her father could help us more than she could.
He doesn't love the Lunars. So I think there's a door there.
But we have his daughter.
We'll figure it out. I always do.
That's true.
I've got this. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but after talking to her, I'm pretty sure that there is a way that we can balance this thing with this thing and somehow kill more Lunars.
Okay. I trust you.
I know.
I just think that there's an easy solution here, but I trust you.
What, Bryn, putting her out,
It's an option.
turning her over so she can be forced into an arranged marriage with a child who's also a horrible lunar goddess's son,
That does sound awful.
and then bred like some prized mare. That's not our way either.
Jess just falling into her other characters. She's like, slavery's fine.
I'm not saying
No, it's just
slavery's
the
fine.
us and them thing. She's like, why risk our people for
I'm
someone
just saying
stranger?
we
But
were considering biological warfare against the Lunars literally last session.
yeah,
Like
against the Lunars.
against Lunars. I understand. I'm just saying.
She's not a lunar. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just saying sometimes you have to make hard choices to win the war. Like it's
This is a hard choice either way.
yeah.
I think this one will help us.
Okay.
We need more friends.
We do.
I've got a job for Afar.
Oh.
Makeover. Oh my god.
Yes.
Aw.
Exactly. Yeah. He'll go talk to Afar and, without completely ratting on her, just, she's very distinct. She's a noble from a foreign land who is worth a bit in ransom. Let's try to disguise her a bit.
Well, I mean,
try to
we could
hide
try to dye the hair, but it's so dark. I don't know if a
It's
dye would
already been
hold.
tried, so not that. I was thinking
So,
maybe some sort of scarf or something.
ooh, I could do a scarf. I have some nice green cloth, and I could knit up a. I could knit something very nice for her, like a hood.
Perfect. I love it. We have any makeup maybe? Get just a little more color in there.
She does need a little color. She's just awfully
Just a
pale.
little, she glows at night.
I've got some henna and some. Yes, I can definitely. I can help.
Thank you, Afar. All right. Get some rest and then go find
Sure.
Greyskin if nobody
You
else
wake
has
up.
anything.
You wake up in the morning. If nobody else has anything to do, you go to night again. Des is busy. Again, damn, bro. You gotta save some energy for fighting.
Des has plenty of energy.
Oh man.
Energized every night.
He's gonna use his what is it, 17 Constitution for something.
Jesus.
Jesus.
He is.
So you wake up in the morning, and you can continue through the woods, and eventually you get close. Yes.
Before we continue,
Yep.
break time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's do that.
Good
Let's
job,
do that.
Ken.
I have to pee.
Break
Thank you,
time.
gang.
Good job, Ken.
What beverage should I get?
Chocolate.
Tea.
More tea.
More
Water.
tea.
Water.
One of our new chatters, purple and silver, was fixing up a cup of tea earlier.
Ooh.
They weren't feeling well.
Oh no.
Amber
Tea will
probably has
help.
heard of it. I'm trying to find the thing. Bird and Blend was the company that they got their tea from.
I have
Oh,
not
never
heard of it.
It's a blend called Nearly Nirvana. It's a spearmint and jasmine.
Oh, I love jasmine tea.
And Sharky redeemed a hydrate for us.
Random aside,
So many beverages.
because of
Beverage
Amber's
Goblin.
snuggie right now and her headset, she looks like when she's role playing, it's like cut off only so far, right? And I feel like she reminds me of that flyer in Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like in the
It's a Star Wars snuggie.
I know,
There's a
but you know what I'm
baby
talking about? Like the
Yoda.
one because of your headset also looks like a pilot. Like you look from the front,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm gonna blow up the Death Star.
Yeah, one of those.
I shall return.
Oh, it's a UK tea company.
Yep.
Gotcha. We have Harney and Sons here that we discovered maybe a few years ago or last year. I really love their tea, Harney and Sons. Need to get more of that actually.
They had nice. I was looking at stuff for my
for
Secret Santa. And I decided not to go with Harney and Sons. Just because they didn't have variety packs. They had like decent tins of tea.
Yeah. They don't have small.
But they didn't have give it a here, give this a try type of thing.
Yeah.
Not at least not that what I was looking for.
Yeah. I do think your Secret Santa has a lot of Harney and Sons tea already too, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Harney and Sons. I've had it.
Yeah, I love Harney and Sons.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I think the one I ended up going with. No, I didn't go with. I found a website called the Tea Spot, which had seemed to have some nice, but like the way that they described their sampler thing was confusing to me because they were like uh they had each sampler they had like 6 tins of loose leaf tea,
Okay.
and the package says like the net weight of the tea is 4 ounces, and I'm just like, is that per tin or the
Mm.
entire sampler? And I could not get an answer, so I was like, I can't go with this one. I don't know if I'm going to be
Overpaying for so
overpaying
little
or
tea.
like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for such little tea.
Yeah. It's fair.
I did get one from another company. Like they had like it was like 9 tins of assorted tea at like
Ooh.
almost 1 ounce
Okay.
a tin. So I was like,
Okay.
that one seems good.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
9
Enough to
ounces of tea.
try a bunch of different things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice. I think she'll like that. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'm excited to.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Amber's gift. I'm excited to see how it comes out. I know what the person is getting her, so.
I did get you something at PAX Christian. I did leave it with
Yes.
Amber, so it may
Okay.
be in limbo for a while.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
She still has something from you for like summer.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
know, and it's funny because she got me this to me,
Yeah.
but then like they were both in her office at work, but did not get the other one.
Yeah.
Well, the other. So to be fair, the other one needs something done to it to make
Yeah.
it like acceptable for you, and it just needs to be done.
Fair enough.
We went to PAX Unplugged and Amber could not find a single business card of hers. She found a box of Kent's business cards and a box of my business cards that
No,
she brought.
she had a box of yours. I brought my own.
No,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
she also found a box of someone else's. Maybe not yours. She found
Probably Troy's
two
because she hasn't gotten
boxes,
to Troy
Maybe
yet.
one of
Troy's.
mine,
Yeah.
one of someone else's. And she could not find a single card of hers for PAX Unplugged.
Anyway, I do have Christmas gifts for you guys, but I will just get them to you directly somehow.
Sounds good.
If we do Nosferatu, I'll just have them there because they're not
yeah.
big. So
Oh, when does that come out?
Christmas
I
Day.
probably won't be there. Oh, okay, gotcha. I probably
Christmas-
won't go to Nosferatu though. But you can get it to me. You're like
Well,
close.
yeah, you're like a half a mile from me.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all like a half mile. We're literally in the
No,
middle of Rhode
Kent.
Island.
You are far away. You are 16 minutes away. You are too far. You're more
Speaking
than
of which, that
16.
reminds
think
me,
you're
I
like
have to talk
21 or
to
something.
Amber and possibly get something back from her that I do have for you because it's just, I don't think the thing that needs to happen to the thing for you, Jess, is going to happen in time. And I'm just going to give it to you.
No, okay. Okay.
I'll explain more when you see it. It'll make sense. Just,
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, Amber has a thing to do with
if she can find it still.
Yep.
And I hope she can because I'll be like a little
Mysterious
miffed
black
if she
hole of
can't
Amber's
because like,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm sure she didn't lose it. I'm sure she didn't lose it. It's not like a box of her own cards.
I'll be able to find it first though in her office somewhere if I have to.
Yeah. I just got a Christmas gift for my friend, and it's this like really awesome. Oh, let me see if I can. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, Mr. Speed, like Rhode Island is literally like you can get anywhere in Rhode Island in like a half hour, an hour at most. And it's just like it's the running joke with Rhode Island and Rhode Islanders being like, if it's more than 15 minutes away, it's a day trip.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
really
neat.
hard to tell, but it's a dice holder. It's like a
Yup.
dice set holder.
That is so
right?
cool.
So the
And
D20 goes
like
here.
the
and,
base
like,
is
you
you roll
yeah.
into the base. Nice.
Yeah.
That is
It's
great.
so cool. I love it. It actually goes really well with Ort too. Like I'm gonna
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you know what I mean?
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, oh, I really want to have this like while I'm running. So I want to leave this at Amber's house. And I was like talking to my friend and I was like, I want to leave it at Amber's condo, but I don't want it to break. But I also want to have it when I DM. And he was like, "Oh, why does the cat get into the shelf or something?" And I was like, "Oh no, the cat's not going to break it. It would be Amber that breaks it."
True.
I was like,
Amber
"It's
or
not
Chris?
going to be the cat."
Yeah, the whole thing. I had a friend who moved down to Florida, Mr. Speaker, when he was in when we were in middle school. And when his family moved down there, like they had the Rhode Island like, oh, if it's more than 15 minutes away, we're not going. And they had to ratify that like immediately because everything was more than 45 minutes away from their house. So they're like, we're gonna starve if we can't go shopping. Yeah. And it
Yeah,
was
I am of the mindset that everything is 15 minutes away. When I lived in Massachusetts, like I was late for everything because I'd always like leave at like 12:45 to get there for one. I'm like, it's like 15 minutes away. I don't know. My mind was just brained to like get to every place at least within 15 minutes.
yeah. I am just always of the it's like if I'm go like when I go to work, it's only like a half hour away, and I show up like almost an hour early for work just so I can just like sit in my car and unwind.
Hmm.
Granted, I have the benefit of just being able to go into work at 3 in the afternoon, with the downside of being I don't leave work until midnight.
Yeah, yeah, there's a
Yeah.
So
downside to that. But we are very lucky in Rhode Island to have everything
yeah,
so close, you
it's
know.
so close. Like there's so many
Very
options
nice.
for us. Like I think I counted at one point, probably about 20 years ago. I counted the number of Dunkin' Donuts in proximity to my parents' house.
Mm, yes.
Mm,
It
Yeah.
was so pretty much almost within like 50 miles of my parents' house. Pretty much all of Rhode Island. And
Yeah.
a little outside. It was like 168 when like the page refreshed and I had to like stop counting.
yeah.
So back in the day, Dunkin' Donuts used to do like free coffee day on like the first day of spring. They used to give out like a small coffee for free on the first day of spring. So I remember I
Mhm.
was in high school when they started doing this, and on free coffee day, I would just go out and I'd go to I tried to go to every single Dunkin' Donuts in my area and just get a free coffee. So many free coffees,
Which is in
which
Jess's
was
like
like
that's still a lot
like
because
That is a
that's
that was
lot.
like
No,
15
that is a
minutes.
yeah,
lot. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a 15
I
minute
can think
area,
of
but
like
that's like 20
five
Dunkins.
off the top of my head.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Hmm.
It was awesome. I used to love doing that. Which was only, I guess, only a few years because like it's only like 2 or 3 years of high school. But yeah, I remember
Yeah.
free coffee day. Just drive around with my
It's
friends.
only like 2 or 3 years from high school, Jess.
No, I mean, in high school, there's only 2 or 3 years that I could have done this because there's only
Understood. Yeah. Okay.
once a year.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not 2 or 3 years since
Jess,
high school. I'm
you're
much older
using
than
Rhode
that.
Island math on
Yeah.
time too.
No,
And it
I
doesn't
did.
work that way.
I just
I
meant I
have
was only
that
driving for like 3 years of
Yeah,
high
I
school.
get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
for the funniest thing is like for the longest time, like mentally, whenever I thought of myself as like an age,
Oh yeah.
I always used to think like it's like oh yeah, 17. And I have to be like, no, I'm much older than that, like much older than 17. And just the other day, like I was talking to some coworkers and they were we were saying it's like oh yeah, like there's like more and more women are coming into our field like work wise, but they're all like young because they're like coming out of high school and whatnot to come into these jobs. And it's like yeah, but they're all young. And it's like oh, but what about this one? She's like she's 21. It's like yeah, she's 21, but like that's still too young. And I had the thought I was like oh, that's not too young. I'm like 24.
Add another 10 or 15 years to that.
Yeah, I
Right.
literally had another
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh wait, I grew up mentally in my head. I'm now 24 instead of
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Mental age and actual age are two very different things, and I can attest to that.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
I
For
don't.
sure.
I do not think of myself as my actual age, and then when I do think of my actual age, I get pretty depressed. So I
Aw.
just don't think of it.
Aw. I cannot hear you, Amber.
What?
Oh,
There it is.
there you are. don't know. I couldn't hear you. Maybe we were too high.
Yeah, just what John just said. Your brain doesn't feel very much different after 18. You just know more stuff, which is absolutely true. You know more stuff, and you have more of a frame of reference of like stuff that happened,
Very true. Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah.
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 But then every once in a while, I'll be like, wait. Like it's funny because like you get to a certain age and you start thinking of like the people you think of as old, you realize you're that age, and you're like, well, that can't be because I'm like they're not old because I'm that age,
Yep.
and you just like extend old out. So old is really this nebulous concept that's really just like 10 years older than whatever you are right now.
Yep. For the longest time, I had
Yeah.
when I was younger, when like much younger, when I was like a kid, I always associated like someone being older than me with them being taller than me. And then I got taller than most people. So I'm just like, I can't
And you
think. It's just
immediately
like,
turned into the Crypt Keeper.
oh,
So anyway, yes, getting old sucks ass, and yeah.
I get really excited talking about appliances with people now. It's a thing that I do.
We went to a new friend's house and I was just gushing over. Like, I was like, oh my God, look at this landscaping. Oh my God, look at this island. Oh my God, look at these. What was it? It was his gravel. I was like, look at his gravel. So laid out
And
nice.
Zach, who is 1 year younger than me, was like, so this is what happens when you enter your 30s.
I was like, this gravel is awesome.
yep. Just
Wait, I
wait.
said just wait.
No.
God, I'm depressed now. So
I will
anyway.
say it's nice to have money. I will say it's nice to have money. Like actually,
It's like, I wouldn't know.
Get a raise every year. Doesn't feel like it.
that's fair.
Yeah, well, it's not really a raise if everything costs more, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
True, we're
feeling that
slowly
way.
losing money every year.
Yep.
I've been feeling that way
That was
like
me.
legitimately since I've been making like $12 an hour. And now I make more than twice that. And I'm just like, it still feels like I'm making $12 an hour.
Yep.
Yeah, things are expensive. I'm definitely making less.
Way too expensive.
Yeah.
But hey, we have tariffs now, so that's going to make it all better, right?
Surely.
Soon polio will be free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, worse healthcare will save us money. Let's be honest.
Our future is great, guys. So back
we
to
will be here.
pretend world.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was in a Curse of
Back to
Strahd
the
game
war, right?
where like everything is awful and everything is like madness and death. And I was like, watch his news. I'm gonna escape to my happy place, Barovia.
Yep. Let's go to the world with the huge bat demon because it's a better place.
Yeah, Cthulhu, take me away.
Oh, I gotta show you guys. I'm such a jackass. I'll have it by the next time we stream. I'll have it. So Black Friday, like I actually probably spent more money on myself than I did on other people Christmas shopping.
Word.
But there's this company I follow that they do like carved like not human skulls but like cow skulls or like antelope skulls or whatever. They'll take a real one that's like ethically sourced. I don't know how they do that, but that's what they say. So I'm gonna run with it. And they carve it.
It's a domestic animal. It's probably just butchered humanely.
Yeah, if they just die, whatever. So the skulls themselves are beautiful, but like I mean, my taste in decor is very different from my partner's. So like never gonna happen as long as I live with them. So
it could happen. It's just gonna have to hide on the inside of a closet door, and she doesn't know about it for a long time.
Too big of a skull. But they do rings now. Made out of like bone, right? And I usually don't wear rings, but there was one that was it's literally like Cthulhu.
Oh, nice.
It's made out of one single piece of bone, and it's like it's called the Kraken. Like it's like Cthulhu, and I'm like, I am getting that. And I just got the thing that it shipped today. I bought it like right after Thanksgiving.
Black
so it's been a while. So. Yeah, Black Friday, but yeah. So
it's Christmas time. Do you know what kind of bone?
Antelope.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
So I will show it to you when I get it.
oh.
But all right, so pay them a bit extra. I'm sure they can get you a human one. I wish I would have one, John. Honestly, I'm down.
A
Get me a
human one?
skull, like a real skull. Yeah,
Nah,
The
me,
skulls of
man.
my enemy.
that's right. I do have a skull cup that I drink from, but it's not a real skull, obviously.
It's like, nah, me, man.
It's clay, but it's really cool.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
I'll bring it down one day and show it to everyone. I'll have something in
Nice.
it and drink
Yeah.
out of it. Yeah.
Oh, the mug. Cool.
Yeah, the mug. Yeah.
Cool.
And next time I'll wear the ring. Next time I should have it by next. It'll be a Christmas stream, but I'll wear it anyway because it's me. There you go. We do bones, motherfucker.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. Kent is listening,
If
so
you
we'll
haven't
start.
read it, read it.
When's the next one come out?
Next year.
2025 sometime.
Next year.
Okay. Cool.
Next year.
That'll be the last one, right?
It should
It
be,
will
yeah.
be.
Lame.
I'll bet it's huge. It better be huge.
It better
probably
be
will
enormous.
Space
It's okay.
nuns.
Nona held me over. I'm all right now.
Lesbian
I
space
gained weight.
nuns. Let me just read it again.
That's what Amber's doing.
Yeah. I am going to read. I still have Adrian Tchaikovsky's the rest of that book. It's you might like it actually, Amber. The first one was Tiger and the Wolf, but it's a Bronze
You told
Age
me about
fantasy
it, yeah.
setting. Yeah. I have the next two of that, and I have the second one of that one I gave you, Jess.
Mm.
The one I gave you was like
Book three.
Daughter of the Moon Princess.
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
Son of the Sun or something like that. I have the
Mhm.
sequel to it. I have to pick it up and read it, but
I heard
I
you finished
finished-
Mongrels too.
it was good. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'll tell you more off stream. I'll give you more of my thoughts.
Mm.
But I did enjoy it a lot.
Darren just like pissing everywhere.
When he finds out his pee is worth money. Yeah. He's like, I got to drop 75 cents. Yeah.
Oh gosh, you had a Darren that pees in Mongrels and a Darren in our game that pees. Jesus.
Darren's pee.
Yep.
Something about peeing
true.
in Darren.
Yeah. A lot of that book just reminded me so much of like people I knew as a kid.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty accurate depiction of people who like live by their fucking wits and loyalties in poverty.
Mhm.
Like
Yep. It reminded me so much of people I knew growing up in like the poorest county in
just
upstate New
fucking
York.
cunning and scrappy as fuck.
Yep. So anyway, back to the imaginary world is better than ours. And
Yes,
You
where I
get to-
threatened to oust this girl.
you get to close to Ignan, and Ordrin stops you guys, and he says that I know Vamastal has his own stead not far from here. This is Squat Oak clan territory. This is where he lived, and I'm not quite sure, but I know he's around here somewhere.
All right. Do you think we should send anybody to the local chief and just let him know, hey, we're around your stead. Not here to hurt anyone.
I think we might want to see Vamastal first,
First. All right.
but we shouldn't go with everybody.
Oh,
No.
really? We should see Vamastal first.
So the three of us, Origin, would you like to accompany us?
Sure. Orissa volunteers to go too.
Yep, Arissa and what are the chances this will turn violent? Probably not a lot, right? I feel like this is probably good. We don't. It's like, do we need to take Copper Axe? That's the question.
Oh,
Probably not, right?
Uh,
We leave Erenina here to
yeah.
defend the clan if anything happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're worried about defense, you could also bring Lonson. Lonson's like a less threatening, but
A
back
little
up.
bit, yeah, a little bit more inconspicuous, probably.
Question is,
Yeah.
are we leaving Kymries?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrese is fucked up.
Yeah, he's not fit for.
He has
talking to
been
people.
just kind of like even more so than usual, staring off at trees and butterflies and stuff.
I feel like we should bring him with us. RP warrior.
And okay, so let's bring the three of us: Origin, Lonson, Arissa, and let's bring Israela.
Esrala. Okay.
Looks like a child is in danger and there's ailments, and Arissa's a great healer, and Israela is an Ernalden, and let's Let's bring them.
Wait, is Vandrin? That's who we're gonna go see, right?
He's the one that, so Arissa's vision had a sick child.
Oh, is Vandrin Greyskin?
Yeah, Vamastal.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What was that? It's a different name?
Vamastal.
Vamastal. Okay.
Vamastal.
There are a lot of names. I'm just, don't worry. You're doing good.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right.
Okay. You head out, and along the way, you eventually get into some pastures and stuff like that, where you find some shepherd boys tending their
The
sheep.
sheep are just like, just like
Shepherd
screaming
boy.
and
The
running
sheep
away
are
from Rue.
not too crappy when they see Rue and Syl, if Syl came along. And, but Fortran's like, "Lo, be not afraid," because he found the shepherd boys in the field, and it's that time of year. And tells them like what you're looking for, and you get directions to Vamastal's house or stead.
All right.
And you head in, and it's he's not close to a town or anything like that. It's just this kind of stockade sort of setup where he's got his own hall and things within it. Pretty far out in the wilderness.
It's a good place to retreat to after your defeated rebellion. Mhm. We'll approach the gates or palisades or whatever they got.
Some dudes, there are some guys guarding it, a couple guys.
Raise a hand like, hey, look at my hand. Not full of weapons and not shooting you.
Which hand do you raise, your left or your right?
Not the dragon newt one.
Okay. Your right hand. All right. All right. Yeah. Ordrin talks a little bit. They recognize his tattoos, and they see Arissa. And
Yeah,
you
we have
guys
what
are
we
ushered
have
inside.
with us, a
Yep.
white lady and Solana
You guys are ushered inside. You're kind of like, he's kind of like, wait here. Goes in for a bit, comes back out. He's like, come right this way. Leads you inside. Inside, you see there is, again, there's a hall, a couple other houses. He's got his own red smithy set up, very similar to, you remember what Havar had. So you see the runes that are sacred to Ghostbrand the Smith around this red smithy. And, like a weaving house, stuff like that. He's got a decent setup here. But you don't see, there's not a lot of people here. There's probably maybe like 20, 30 people tops.
Yeah, he doesn't have a small army. He's just got a little functioning stead. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. But you're led into the hall. And in the hall, there is a middle-aged woman and a younger woman. And a very sick-looking child is like laid out kind of like right next to the hearth fire, like kind of with blankets on. And the middle-aged woman is kind of like soaking rags and like touching her forehead. And also in there meeting you at the door is a middle-aged guy. He's got a blackish, like kind of like a dark, like a blackish sort of red hair. Like it's red, but it's got like some blackish. It's like a very dark red, but it's beginning to be streaked with grays, and especially around his temples and in his beard. And his skin is just slate gray. And he's got very weird blue, like Dune blue eyes.
Dune blue.
Like he did the spice. Yeah.
The spice.
Yeah.
All right, I will get
And
right in.
he comes, he's dressed very well. He's got arm rings and bands and a sword at his side. So that, the dude's name is Vamastal Greyskin. So like
His station is clear. Yeah.
yes. But he's the one who comes and meets you and goes, who is it that comes to my stead? I should not. Actually, he doesn't say that. I take it back. He kind of stops and stares at you all. And he laughs a little bit. And he looks back to his what you assume is the older woman who's sitting next to the younger woman who's toweling off the little girl. And he says, you see, Deketa, you pray to the Lightbringers, and they send a white lady. And he turns back to you, and he says, our own white lady. Well, one of the Thanes got injured in a duel and she had to use all her magic, but my little Ivara, she is beset by plague demons.
Orisa is the finest healer we've ever known.
Arisa's like a shot, just goes over and sees and is dealing with the child. And so does Israela, actually. And he said, come, let's he's very distracted though. He keeps looking at his granddaughter. And he's like, let us get you something to drink, strangers, and find out which brings you to me, other than answered prayers.
We might have a few prayers of our own.
Very shortly, though, you hear some praying to Shalana or Roy, and a very happy little girl.
She's gonna be doing the spirit battle with the plague demons.
But a very, very sick-looking Orisa.
Yeah. Uh-oh. They're both down, Orisa and Kaiface. Oh boy.
But
Well, Israela's there to help with Orisa. See, I'm a fucking genius.
Israela kind of takes Orisa and is helping her. I mean, she's not like, she doesn't have what the little girl has, but she don't look good. And she does her traditional Orisa vomit into a bowl and then needs to go chill. Yeah. But he takes you to another section and some very good Sambari pear wine is brought out to you guys with some bread and cheese.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you.
It's very kind.
For the healing graces of the old lady, of the white lady, the white lady.
When Orisa had her vision, we couldn't turn back.
They too have known to have visions. Mine perhaps are not as happy. He looks right at you, Rue, and he says, I've seen a black wolf hunting a red dancer through the deep, dark forests.
Rue cannot hide how taken aback he is by that.
I've seen a red-haired warrior riding a dragon and wielding a spear that laughs. I've seen a bear hunting through a winter wood in a land so frozen and cold that there is no mother's milk for a newborn babe. I've seen a white lady sick with fever, holding on to something that's fractured. And I've seen a man with two colored eyes floating in the air above a mountaintop.
Fuck, I have theories about all of this.
All these things I've seen and more.
Then our paths are meant to cross.
The web weaves in many different ways. What is it I can help you with, and who are you?
I'm Ruin Livson. And these are my companions, my family. We're with the Company of the Dragon.
No, not that name.
That's good, actually. Maybe we're far enough away from the rumors.
What is your reputation? Let's do this.
Our company reputation or
give me
our?
The company give me the company reputation first.
I think you have access to that still.
Oh shit! I thought I had put it up. Hold on.
No, I don't think
shit!
So.
Company of the Dragon.
Some of us are more reputable than others.
Company of the
Yes.
Dragon, he does not recognize, but Rue, what's your rep? We'll start.
47.
And Des is right behind him with a
Not
46. Yeah.
He's like, wait. No. He points at you. Yes, you're the one with your mother has so many children.
Oh, that's you, Bear Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not mine.
Yes. And you are
Your mother-
Haraborn. Yes, you are the Haraborns.
Yes, we are Haraborn.
I was so sorry to hear what happened. That you lost your home. I was not sorry to hear what happened to Congo.
Do it again if we get the chance.
I hope you do.
Speaking of, he is back. He is mustering his troops and
I've heard.
attempting to lead various pursuits. I am not too worried at our ability to keep them in our tracks, but we have work to do.
I'm listening.
Right now, we need to aid Whitewall.
He kind of sits back and looks at you and strokes his beard a little bit.
I know you fought beside Kalir,
I did.
and I know it cost you a lot.
I did.
But she's not done yet, and I was hoping maybe neither are you.
I'm not done. But I'm not chief of a tribe anymore.
Your words
And
still have weight.
Rogarth is not someone you should go see.
Oh shit. Look around to see how many people are listening right now. If Rogarth were no longer the chief, would you take the mantle once more?
Wouldn't matter what I would do. It matters more what's those blonde-haired bastards in Boldholm want. Lunars. A decent amount of Lunars are blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Yeah, well, they're not. They can't always get what they want. Well, they certainly don't want us, and here we are.
You should talk to... Gonna throw another name at you.
Fucking names.
Serenana. She's a chieftain of the Squad Oak clan right now. I don't think I can get you a formal greeting, but I can get you a meeting. And I can help where I can. I still hear things from time to time. But I'm also watched.
I understand.
Not every day, but watched. Kept tabs on.
If you think Serenana
I will
could lend
send
a
someone.
sympathetic ear.
And he calls someone over and sends him off. And he goes, unfortunately, right now, the way things are, even the chiefs who are sympathetic can only offer so much support. The Fireball clan, and he looks at Ordrin because he sees the tattoos, were wiped out entirely. There's not enough. You would need something that motivated whole tribes into open revolt. And right now, in the cities, well, they're fat, dumb, and happy. But that doesn't mean you can't stop. Well, I wouldn't say you could stop the siege of White Wall. I mean, he's got... Tatius is in charge now, but he's not there.
Where is he?
Oh, he's working on that temple.
Mm.
But there's several thousand lunars encircling Whitewall.
We won't
And the
win with
rest-
force. We have to win with cunning.
Are down in the Southlands with
Who's that?
Fazir.
Who's down in the Southlands?
Fazir, the rest of the Lunar Army is down trying to take over Israelia. That doesn't mean you can't stop them. They need to eat. They need to get places. They need to talk to each other. All those things are things you can disrupt.
I have a plan that involves a bridge. Shit.
Wait, didn't we learn that the bridge is like?
Yep. Fuck
Okay. Okay.
Well, if we turned the tide of the siege at Whitewall, do you think that would make a few clans sit up and listen?
It would make the world sit up and listen.
Shit. We're going for like at the top, the highest fruit on the tree first.
Yeah, you guys just love the punch above your weight. You really do. Half hour later, the kid comes running back. He talks, makes some small talk. Unless you have anything particularly you want to talk about more with him right now.
He'll just talk about the general, if he's willing to share like the sort of general sentiments and feelings toward the Lunars for each of like the clans, the little tribes and stuff in the area.
Sure.
Who are the most sympathetic, who are the least sympathetic, like
well,
who...
this is a dude who was on the ring of Zartar. So he was like it's like being in the president's cabinet.
Yeah.
A good president's cabinet. And so
we're just gonna learn politics from him.
So he says that the Milani are basically neutral. They're Humakti. Like they don't like the Lunars, but they might be swayed to fight. They would have fought in Kalir's rebellion. They never did. The rumor has always been that she couldn't pay their price.
Those are the ones that hate the wolves too, right?
No, they don't hate the wolves. Okay. They hate the Kolomar, though. There's a lot of like issues there. The Sinsinia are sort of, they cooperate with the Lunars, mostly because of the fighting with the wolves.
Mm-hmm. They're
I take it back. Hold on. Let me look at the map again. I might have them wrong. Hold on. No, it's the Sinsinia. The Calbrea used to be very much, they were very much on the side of Kalir. Their old chief was killed and sent to Lunar Hell. And so now there's a very much a bootlicker guy in there now. But the tribe doesn't like him very much.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was kind of like, he was put in a really weird position where the bat was there. The Keldon are very, obviously that's Kalir's tribe. And she was, they've been like treated terribly. Yeah. But they're also very beaten down and very small. The Dundalos were kicked out of their lands and so are not very happy. But they're off in Prax somewhere. Because they're the ones, the lunar temple is being built in their lands. And they were just like told to Vamus. And yeah. The Aronwinth and Valkoth, by and large, were sympathetic to the rebellion, but like kind of are also doing their own thing because they're pretty far out towards Prax.
Yeah.
The Balamar, again, kind of like trying to keep the peace. Lokame, same thing. And these Lismelder really don't like the Kolomar and are very friendly with the Ducks.
Good. The Ducks are the other people we need on our side.
Their king is friendly with the Lunars, but the people are not. Because they're not happy about what happened with the Ducks. And the Ducks are just hiding in the marshes.
What if we just started going from tribe to tribe, assassinating the kings that needed assassinating?
I mean, the thing is though too is that the Lunars kind of just put them there, right? So like
Yeah,
like
somebody
killing one
appropriate would have to be
person,
ready
someone
to
else,
swoop in and
yeah.
grab the power in the vacuum.
Within these cities, so like within Johnstown, Sharky, I have it right on. I have it right on the screen right here. There was a link to that. Sarah shared last time we played. But if you search for a map of the tribes of Sartar, you'll find the map that I've got up here. The other tribe, the Telmori, obviously they're a tribe too. They deserve to be a part of this conversation.
They are a tribe of Sartar.
I mean, the Sinsinia and Lunars are trying to like kick them out of their own lands right now.
Yeah.
And there's this guy Jomas Wolf who's down there that's helping them.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Got a lot of people to kill.
You got a list.
Got a lot of people to kill.
Ruin's like, I have a list.
I have a checklist. I have a bullet journal. An Excel sheet.
Give Excel sheet. And as he explains, kind of like gives you that like oversight over.
What about like within the Sambari lands though, like the leaders of the individual little steads and stuff?
So there are, I think, 3 clans, maybe a little more.
Okay, there's actually not that.
The Fireball clan is gone.
Right.
The Squad Oak, which is where you're going to meet Serenana. By and large, they're not super happy about the Lunars, but they're also pretty terrified because they just watched the whole clan get like torched.
Yep. Okay. How do you guys feel about flooding your entire country?
Water is not always the answer.
Not with that
Sometimes
attitude.
it is.
I know, right? I've got a plan involving another bridge and a river.
Also, within these cities like Johnstown, Wilmskirk, Boldholm, there are a lot of lunar converts. The cities are pretty much like accepted that the war's over, and the way to get ahead is to convert to the lunar religion. Yeah.
Bootlickers.
Yep. But within a half hour, this kid comes running back, and he's like, "She'll meet, but it'll have to be in the dark, in the woods."
Dark in the woods, second home.
Right. Right. Well, then, please stay and have some dinner.
Thank you. Check on Arissa, make sure she's all right.
She's all right. She's a little feverish, but she says it's fine. I always take on a little bit of what I heal.
I need to tell this to Sarah, but I will tell it to Arissa here and then catch Sarah up later. That Greyskin he's prophetic to some degree. He saw all of us either coming or doing something of note sometime from now. He saw you holding something broken.
I don't know.
It was the orb.
It must be.
Can he only talk with people touching the orb when he's inside of it, or can he talk to all of us like anything?
Talk to anyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially any one of you. He's basically, if you want to like mentally communicate with him, he's there.
Yeah, Rue's gonna knock, knock, knock.
Mental knock.
You just feel he's in your mind. He doesn't say anything.
Shavashak, what would happen if the orb were broken?
I suppose I would be cast adrift.
That sounds like it would not be good for you or us.
I would agree with that.
Do you know what could manage that?
That is very powerful, ancient magic that created that. I doubt anything that exists today would be able to do it. But perhaps What is broken is not the orb itself, but me, Bruin.
I never thought I would think that a comforting sentiment, but compared to the alternative, yes. Well, when the time comes, we're prepared to keep our bargain. We'll do what it takes to help make you whole.
I believe you will.
Thank you. Secret meeting in the dark.
Yeah, so night comes.
Making a whole lot of promises, Ruin.
He's just gonna keep his words, man.
Night comes.
I have a
and,
lot of work to do. My entire life from now until I'm 80 is planned out with fulfilling promises and duties.
I just need one promise.
I won't die. Love you.
Well, I meant
night
kill
comes,
Leonard, but
and you are led out into Vamastal will lead you with he has a couple. He has some of his own like soldiers here, warriors, his
Yeah, of
stains,
course.
but he doesn't have. He has like maybe 10 or 15, but he just has a couple come with you guys and lead you out into the woods and in a clearing in the woods where lots of oak trees around here, hence the name Squat Oak. And there's a clearing in between some oak trees where you find other like 5 weapon thanes with this woman who she has this dark hair. It's black, like most very dark brown, and it's like braided but like piled all the way up the top of her head in like a swirl. And she's wearing she's got a lot of like green tattoos on her, and she's wearing a very long skirt and what they call an ordnance. I'm sorry, I'm reading. I just looked at the fucking chat. And is wearing an Israelian style bodice, which means like boobs out.
Boobs out.
Boobs out. And she's got lots of jewelry and such on. She is not armed, but by the way that she's standing, you take the guess that this is Serenana.
Oh shit. What's the proper way to greet somebody of her station?
She's the chiefess. So just like you would anyone else.
Thank you for meeting with us.
Well, I can't say no to Vamastal. Oh, sometimes I probably should.
I'm Ruin Live's son, and
I have heard. I know who you are. I am sorry about what happened to your land. We have suffered something very similar, I know. And I see among you, I see one of the Fox clan. So I'm happy to see that some of them are still free.
Ordrin is ready to fight for what was lost and for what is still yet to lose.
There are those that still are.
Those are the people I need.
She kind of turns and looks into the forest a little bit. And then up at the sky where the moon is.
You're like, full, and I'm like, fuck!
No, it is, but
gosh, horrifying.
that's tomorrow. It's Fire Day. So the
Fun.
moon is half. It's a waxing half moon. And she says, not too long ago, it seems only last season, the bat passed through these lands with its goddamn feeders. Took my people. There was nothing I could do. I hear that somehow, some way, Broyan and Kalir defeated the bat.
I heard the same.
And that makes me think that if they could defeat the bat, they could defeat anything.
But not if they lose Whitewall.
Part of me wants to believe that. But part of me sees troops pass through and sees supplies pass through and sees this temple being built. And I know time is running out.
So we have to act now, decisively, with force.
We do. I cannot give you troops. I wish I could. But I cannot risk another clan being destroyed, my clan. I can give you information. I can tell you Patius is at the temple. He is not at Whitewall. Horses carry messages back and forth. There's about one every 2 or 3 days. Goes along the Royal Road.
I just got an idea.
They are moving more troops down, but currently there's the Doblian Dog Eaters, the Arrowmound Cavalry, the Silver Shields, I think. And he's sending more of, what that, their convict god, Dan 5 something, they call them penitent legions, more of those soldiers down to the siege, along with sorcerers, siege specialists,
Oh gosh.
supplies.
And we have to make sure they never arrive.
Right.
Fuck, if only I were better at writing. It's like, what if we change? What if we make a forgery?
We have a writer with us, don't we? Or is he back in Tarkand?
It's the Standfast Regiment and the Doblian Dog Eaters. I'm sorry. Those stand fast. Yep.
Instead of the sword shields?
Instead of the silver shields, yeah.
Silver
Not that it
shields.
matters completely, but
Standfast
and the Arrowmound Cavalry, who are people you met already. The Arrowmound Cavalry.
Oh yeah, I remember the Nazis. The
Yeah.
Germans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it take for you and your people to join the fight? 'Cause you
I would
can't join
be-
it now, but you will have to if we are to win this thing at some point.
It would be open revolt against our own tribal chief.
Unless he can be swayed
Just
to see
like you.
reason.
She just laughs at that.
Okay, so that's a no. Right.
Yeah, he was definitely put in by the loners.
If I were you, I would do whatever I could to help Whitewall. If Whitewall falls,
Hope falls and the secret of driving the Batway falls with it.
right.
I don't know how I'm going to help Whitewall with 100 warriors. Fuck.
I will talk amongst my own men. See if any are willing to join you. I cannot commit all of a fjord. I hope you understand.
I do.
I will give you some supplies and some food. When I find information, I'll pass it along and leave it for you. In the inns, Geo's Inn.
All right.
Geo's always open, is the one that's nearest us, but I can get the word probably down to the cave-in too. Geo's cave-in.
The Geos everywhere. The inns will win the war.
But you need to keep fighting too. Remember, there's such a thing that as long as someone is out fighting, the war hasn't been lost.
I don't think we're ever going to stop until we win. Or until we're all dead, I suppose.
Well, at least we won't go to our ancestors as cowards.
They'll have to send us twice.
I like you, Rue. You are young, but you are brave. Bravery
I
and
have to
youth
be.
often go hand in hand.
Oh, offer her his hand.
She shakes,
She's gonna-
and she goes, I hope you do not have to find wisdom a hard way.
As long as I find it.
I'll make sure the supplies and any men that wish to join you will be here in the morning.
Look forward to fighting by your side one day.
I hope you're right. She leaves.
Shit, guys. What if we capture a horse carrying a message? We create a cunning forgery that asks them to divert some of the troops from the siege to something else that we engineer as like a small problem. But the timing's right. And it just moves them out of the way for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a forger. We need to capture the horse.
Your idea about the bridge is pretty good.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
mean, we're the bridge is fucked. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bridges
First,
ain't got shit on
for
us. Okay, that's
supplies.
our specialty is blowing up bridges.
All right, I will
It's
say
like mashing the X button. It just fucking works.
So I would definitely say like maybe like the forgery to the make them send troops elsewhere
Hmm.
would be a good idea. And it should be like
I think so, right?
I feel like if we are going to destroy a bridge anyway, we make those troops cross that bridge.
Yeah, get them to be sent to the other side for something. And we can even manufacture a trouble or event up there, smaller than whatever the missive's gonna make it seem like, but still something. So there's
Mhm.
validity that they hear along the way. And then we blow it up. Even if we got like even high in the sky dream 500 people, that's like a lot. That's a quarter of their forces, you know?
Mhm.
500 people? How big is this bridge?
I don't think they're saying blow the bridge up underneath them.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
we're
you're
just saying
saying get
let
them
them
across the bridge, and
to
then they
go
like can't get back
to the
across
problem on the other
without
side.
going like
Blow
a
it up,
long
and
way.
that means it's harder
Gotcha.
for them to get
Okay.
back, you know?
500
we
people
could
that
do
won't
both.
get to the okay. Okay.
We could
I
blow the
think
bridge with most of the with them still on it, but most of them across.
That's just risky because like we'll have to be
yeah, then the ones with magic and stuff can pursue. I think I'd prefer to have them not know the bridge has been hit and be looking for the problem to give us more time to get to Whitewall and deal with Whitewall before they catch on and start trying to problem solve. Because they do have mages and sorcerers and stuff. Like the bridge will slow them down and it'll certainly fuck with supply lines, but like people can cross it.
Are you thinking of sending off the additional troops that are heading down there right now, or are you thinking of sending off the troops that are at Whitewall right now?
I think we need to make it so the additional troops and forces that are headed there do not arrive before us
Mm-hmm.
through series of, sabotages and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to divert as many of the troops at the siege of Whitewall as possible before we
Out.
blow the bridge.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is a lot for 100 people to do. I feel like we're going to need to split up in order to do this. I don't know. Is that like a thing that can happen with the company? Can we split the company up and do different missions in different places? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we need to act fast. And we need to We need to get communication in Whitewall somehow. We need to know what they need that we could possibly get them.
I mean, they need more people and probably food
Yeah, the people are the thing that we cannot get them
and
right now.
probably weapons. Or maybe they don't need weapons, right? But they need people and food for sure.
Get them supplies.
All right, so I'm adjusting your character sheet for the Company of the Dragon right now. Vamastal invites you to stay the night, and you sleep there. And in the morning, there are 10 soldiers with couple more weapons and some decent supplies. So 10 isn't enough to have your size go up for the company, but you get, I gave you +1 con for some decent supplies to grab that Serenra gives you. And I also upped your charisma from an 8 to a 9 because you're starting to make some connections as a company. I should have had you roll some like talking skills, but take an or8 check.
God, yes.
Yeah.
Rue is not good at this on paper, but I am.
Well, my personal opinion as a GM dude is like social skills are really tricky because it's like sometimes someone will say something really awesome
And it
and
makes
you're like,
perfect fucking
you should
sense. You're
never
like-
be like, okay, roll. If they do, you should just be like, all right, that makes sense. The character will go with it, but still treat them
If
as
they're
if
like on the border, you roll. You're like,
correct.
Things is going either way. Or
if
if you
someone's
biff
like,
it or don't know what
if
to say, you can roll instead.
If someone's just like, I really just want to like roll, like just say something to get my, bluff my way past the guard or whatever. It's like,
Right.
we'll just roll that then because that's fine. Yeah.
I'm working on my Ori.
So yeah, you got 10 more dudes and some more weapons and shit to go back with.
Rue will greet each of them, like shake their hand, welcome them in.
Not more, 10 more warriors, not necessarily all dudes. Just
we will fight. We will fight to the last. Ready to kick some ass? We're gonna do some real sick shit. If any of you have pearls, I hope you brought them so you can clutch them because we are gonna profane some sacred roads.
I'm not entirely sure if those roads are considered part of the Sacred Road Network, honestly, because I've gotten conflicting answers, which is like typical of some.
Maybe the people are conflicted themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe like some people are like, yeah, that is part of it. Some are like, nah. So. Shit.
Okay. So you leave with a still sickish Orisa and a couple more new faces and some more weapons and supplies and such, like some pear wine. And what's your next move?
We're headed back to the company, obviously, and then we're. It sounds like you said we were going to split up. We're thinking of.
Yeah, we need to find appropriate locations to waylay and disrupt supply lines.
All right. So if we look at the map here, right? Let me pull it up.
Obviously, we're going to destroy that fucking bridge down by Whitewall.
So the bridge across the Gavrin is like, that's the one you've been talking about, right? I will say that those hills through there, that area between like Road End and the bridge is very wild hills, okay? Like wild and lonely, and there aren't many people there. That whole strip from Wilmskirk down is sort of that way, but there's a little more people around, like the Dancing Apple Inn and shit like that. The Wasp's Nest and these woods where you see Katori, right? First of all, those woods that's where you were hiding out before. That's a really good place to just kind of base and hide out because nobody goes there. It's not part of anyone's lands. All right, except for the Katori, who are these weird troll people.
Troll woods.
Yeah. Some of them are trolls, some of them are humans. Nobody knows quite what they are. They're shadow people.
They're there.
Anyone who's coming in, like troops and stuff, right? If they're coming in from like Tarsh and there. They're going to come if you go all the way up to like Aldershire and up there. That's how they're coming in. That's the only way in from Tarsh. So they're coming through Traders Valley, passing through Aldershire, where there's a major lunar barrack, coming south at Heron Green along the Royal Road, and then through Sunbury Lands and down. Because the Royal Roads are the best way to travel. So that's what they're traveling.
That solid red line.
Yeah, that's the red line. Yep. So I mean, they are marching right through the Sunbury Lands and then south. It's just that Sunbury, that pass, it's a little more populous than like down once you get south down into those hills.
Fuck. You know what would really fuck shit up? If we just fucking collapsed a chunk of the mountain and buried a huge portion of the King's Road, of the Royal Road.
Oh, that would help actually if the road was just impassable.
Yeah, if we like just wrecked a pass in the Quivered Mountains. And that would also be a big enough distraction that they might pull troops all the way from Whitewall to address it.
The troops that are supposed to come down right now, though, do we know like where they are-ish?
Yeah, where are they coming from?
Yeah, they're always going to be coming from the north. Always. Because that's the only way in for them.
Oh, so they're not moving people from the temple. They're pulling in additional people.
If they're bringing additional troops in, that's the way they're coming.
Gotcha. And we don't know how far.
Yeah. Now, they have other troops like kind of spread out and garrisoned in like the different towns and stuff. But by and large, those guys are just being left there because most of the people are already out fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we know how long it's been since this word went out?
Nope. And then very good point that's being made in chat, which I will reiterate because I'm going to say it too, is that's also a really good way if you wreck a royal road, probably going to piss off the tribes because they use those roads to trade too.
Yeah, we'd cut off, but...
Yeah.
But if we cut it off in the Quivered Mountains, that's really only going to fuck up
everything. The bottom half of the map.
That's a lot of people.
After Boldholm, like it goes through Boldholm and then...
No, I know, but like we can still trade with each other. It stops trade from coming in from the north, but it doesn't super affect intertribal trade. You know?
Yeah, it's
good.
Only one
I want them mad.
Yeah, it's really only
yes,
one.
But who would they be mad at? They'd be mad at you, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to convince them that they need to be mad at the other guy.
You're one person in this is a lot of countries. And we only have traveled to the country over from us.
I'm ready to destroy the global economy over there.
Yeah, but we have to do like a lot of traveling and we've got 150. We don't travel very fast.
Actually, we travel super fast.
I don't know.
This is like small country.
I know it's small country.
We like zoom around.
I do think the one thing to do like while we're planning is we should hit like if we're along the like we are right now, the Royal Road, like watch out for supply runs and hit those when we can.
Yeah. The other thing that we can do is if we do collapse a major road, like we know these lands and we know the people who know these lands, we can like find or know of alternative routes that we can only let certain people through.
So,
too.
You would know that the Royal Roads are like... The problem is like Sartar made them, okay? Sartar being like the founder and worship basically as a god in your country for founding the country. So like destroying the road would be and I'm just telling you things you would know, all right? Destroying the road would be like a really easy PR victory to hand to your enemies. Because then they're going to be like, these fucking bandits, look what they're doing. We're going to clear them out for you. Look at what Lunar Rule does for you. All right? They desecrate even the memory of your king, right? Now, if you want to distract troops from going to Whitewall, you don't have to necessarily destroy the roads, but if you fucked up a couple supply caravans, right? They have to send a group there to deal with that, right?
Mm.
Now, you guys have ways of moving all over Sarthar in different places really, really quickly that they don't know about, right?
Yeah, right.
So if you fucked up a big supply caravan here, and then, enough for them to go looking for you, and then all of a sudden you're on the entirely different side of the country doing the exact same thing, they don't know where you are, right?
Yeah.
So they have to spread a
I don't know if
lot
that's
of
enough to
resources out.
abandon the siege at Whitewall, though.
That is
you know,
but it distracts, okay? And I'll be honest with you, you're not going to be able to really save Whitewall with 100 people. Like, let's be honest, okay? Like,
Yeah.
you're not Gandalf.
we need to save
You're not
whatever
Gandalf arriving
scared
at
the
dawn,
bat.
okay? So I'm not saying you can't get into Whitewall, but I'm saying that you might be punching pretty high here, right?
We need to save whatever scared the bat. Oh, that's what we need to save. Whatever they did. The spell, the person who did it, the artifact, whatever that is.
Those people, right?
Yeah, we need them
Yeah.
to
All
not
well,
go
that's
down
fair.
with this ship.
So what you really need is a way
Because my
into
other thought was we
Whitewall.
could let them into Whitewall, and then we could collapse Whitewall.
So you need a way
Oh
to
my
get
God, no.
into Whitewall. All right.
No, that's not.
Well,
good.
no, if Whitewall is going to fall, like he's right, like we cannot save Whitewall with 100 people. We can save important people from Whitewall, though. But like, if Whitewall's gonna fall and the Lunars get set up in there, we're never gonna be able to get them fucking out of there. It's better they be buried in it than for them to take that fort. Like, it is like that. We'll never get them out of there. Like, it'll cost 10 times. It'll be 10 to 1 losses trying to get them out of Whitewall if they get in there, which they're going to at this point. So we make it a big fucking coffin.
I'm just gonna read some ideas from chat.
No
Robbing
one wants
Lunar-
this. Everyone's like, don't, it's sacred. I'm like, so was our veil.
Robbing lunar tax collectors and redistributing the wealth.
Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to win the game right now.
Yeah, seriously. You're like, I want to win now.
Collapse Whitewall. You people are thinking small. Shit.
If you want people on your side, right, and you're small,
Yeah.
you guys start by doing small things, but
I
things that
know.
the little people like, right?
Yeah, but that's what we've already been doing. Like,
No,
like
you haven't.
the company.
We really
one
haven't
little
been
thing.
doing
No,
it.
no, not
Yeah.
We've
us,
done two
not
things.
us, not us. But like the
Yeah.
third wind has already been hitting supply
For a
lines, right?
while.
Like
Yeah.
supply lines have already.
This is a
been
great.
hit.
Amber is going straight to Hyrule Castle with 3 hearts.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
and like we're already being chased by Lunars. Lunars are already have sent people to look for us.
Hyrule Castle with 3 hearts and a stick.
No.
What if we kill King Harl again for the lols? What if we just find him and we do it?
We're not even doing this for advantage. We're just doing it to laugh in your
We're
face.
doing it for the lols.
I like the idea of slowing down the army that is headed their way and or also pulling part of the army that is at Whitewall out. I would like
Yeah, I
to-
think-
something along those lines.
I think like the best way to do that would be to start fucking with the caravans going to Whitewall.
So if you look at from Wilmskirk south, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of lonely ass road, right?
Yep.
Wait, where's
so now-
Kirk?
Ballimer
It's at the
lands.
big intersection in the King's Road in the middle of like
Yeah.
the map.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wilmskirk South. Gotcha.
Right? You see like Chorm's land, and it's
Yep.
like the Ballimer tribe all the way south. I mean, that goes
Yep.
right to Whitewall, right? They have
Yep.
to take that road, right? No other way to go. And that's a long ass area of like hills that's very pretty lonely. And look,
Yeah.
So you're saying
If
stop
you
all the
hit-
supply lines.
if
from
you
getting there.
hit a couple of caravans on there and they don't know where you are, they have to send a lot of troops out to look for you.
Mhm.
And those
And if we're
troops,
from
while
the
they're
and if
looking
we're
for
south
you,
of Wilmskirk, the nearest troops are the Whitewall troops.
and they're
Yeah,
not
close enough.
attacking. They're not while they're doing that. They're not attacking Whitewall, right? They're
Yeah,
not
that's
there.
what I was thinking. If we hit supply lines
Yeah.
that are close to
Yeah.
Whitewall.
And
Yeah.
like right now, like they're not presently like quite attacking. Like they're stationed all around Whitewall,
Yeah.
making sure that they don't get anything.
Yeah.
So
And I
right.
will also add, you
Let's
have
do it.
this network of roads, right? That
Except
nobody
they're
else has
not south
access
of
to.
Wilmskirk,
They're
really.
not.
They don't help us down there.
But you could easily get to, like, almost, you could get into Tarsh in a day.
Yeah, where is the nearest plinth to Whitewall? Which one is it? Is it
the one near the High Worm?
fuck, that's so far away.
yeah, back
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
They're just in the best fucking place when it comes to avoiding our plinth fuckery.
Fuck.
Our plinth fuckery. All right. No, you guys are right. Let's go south of Wilmskirk and fuck up everything we can along this road and see what they do.
I would say, like, honest, like, we start fucking around.
Like
around
on the way down
bridge.
too, obviously, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like, that, but like, kind of station ourselves. Like, we'll become the trolls
we
of
were
the
at-
bridge over the river.
Go to the bridge.
Yeah, because
and
like
fuck up everything around that area.
that they would have to. That would be a nice area where it's like where we could stop the stuff from coming across the bridge, and Whitewall would have to send troops up to the bridge.
And then maybe we have a chance to sneak some people in and figure out like what the fuck we're gonna do because Whitewall's gonna
Yeah.
fall. And if we're gonna extract people or
Yeah,
what.
like with that, like we could also
Because
send
like
like
the only thing worse than Whitewall falling is Whitewall falling and the heroes who drove off the bat and Kalir Starbrow falling with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they if they take the city, that will suck, but it will suck more if they take the city and the fucking legendary heroes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we were.
I
just
feel
at
like
two top.
convincing Kalir to leave will be almost Hero Quest level worthy. But we can do it, guys. All right, yeah, let's just super aggressively fucking stop caravans and shit. I also like the idea if we can get a good forger to sow disinformation on their with their messengers and stuff. We'd have to do that stealthy though. We'd have to like find where the messenger is camping and fucking lift the missive and replace it with a different one and stuff, without them knowing, because the messenger has to still carry the message. One of us can't roll up and be like, "This is for you. I'm a lunar, y'all." Like that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to find who has those talents within our company and prepare
Or
them for their
find
tasks.
people who can write.
Yep.
Yep.
We have a person who can write. We just don't know.
Who?
I don't know if they're with us. Who's the person who can write?
The old guy? Jody is
Yeah,
not with
No,
you.
he's not with us.
Oh, yeah.
He's too old.
Jody White. Yeah.
He's too
Yeah.
old. We need to find. Yeah, that's the other thing we can look for. And be like, anybody a scholar? We need one scholar and one rogue. We'll take two of each if you have them. We need a scholar and a rogue. Actually, can Lilia write?
You don't know?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna go around and see if Lilia can write. She's educated. She's mentioned that several times. Are you educated in letters?
Can you write the words?
What's the plan?
I'm gonna go south of Wilmskirk. If there are caravans on the way we can fuck up, we will fuck them up for good measure. And but we're gonna try to get to that area between Cultane and Whitewall and perform fuckery in and around the bridge.
Fair.
I do
And
think
raise hell.
that around that bridge, like there's a couple of unmarked looks like little camps
Yeah,
like, there's
towns.
one, like,
They're
right-
villages. Yeah.
right on the other side of the river.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that what is that one like? Do we know?
You don't know. You've never been there.
They're so they're so little. They're like not of note.
Okay.
You'd have to go and find out.
But yeah, like these like Two Top or Fort and
And
Road end there,
Rola
like-
is south of Whitewall. No, not south of Whitewall.
Isrolia
Isrola
is south.
east?
Yeah, Isrolia is southeast of Whitewall.
Southeast. Okay.
Southwest. I'm sorry. Southwest.
Southwest.
Shortland is southeast of Whitewall, which is currently being invaded by the main lunar army. They're bigger, like most of their troops are down there trying to invade there right now,
Jesus
as far
fuck.
as you know.
Jesus fuck.
My mother was also a scribe for the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I would know of any like contacts or people she had worked with before?
Or Nevena might know someone.
Nevada might know someone.
Nevada might. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get back to our people, introduce the 10 new brave fucking warriors who are throwing in with us in it to win it. And then I need to go around. We all need to go around and start asking people if anyone here has secret writing skills that we don't know about or secret sneaking skills that we don't know about.
Nobody has writing skills.
Including Lilia.
Some.
But nothing to the level of like lunar scribe messenger type, probably.
All right. Does Nevena know anybody we can pick up? Maybe along the way, even.
Not off the top of her head, but she does say something that you would really know is you need a Lanker My scribe.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Why is Jody so old?
Coincidentally,
I mean, we could pass back through Jody's place and ask him if he has any colleagues.
if you look at, I mean, most major cities have like at least some scribes, but if you look at the map and you look around Whitewall again, there's this thing called Derensev, right by the A in Whitewall. Yep. Looks like a little amphitheater. It's an amphitheater because it is an amphitheater, because that's a place where like little Aristotle guys go and debate, and all those guys are Lanka My sages.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. They are far down there, but fuck yeah.
I mean, that's where you're going anyway. So
one of the things we can do is, as we're killing people in these caravans, we can take messages that they have on them and we can save them up, so we can give smart people them, and they can start learning like signatures and things and stuff to make our future forgeries easier and more helpful. So this is convoluted as fuck. All right.
Seriously, like I'm like, just raid caravans, and you're like,
everybody's like, just raid caravans, and I'm like, I want to collapse Whitewall in a tomb of 2,000
and assassinate the emperor,
kill the emperor, and then do things to his head in public.
Oh my god!
Like we.
Oh my!
It's like, Amber, your Selena is showing.
Blow up the Death Star.
Ah.
That would be the temple, though, kind of.
The temple is the Death Star here.
Yeah,
correct?
the temple would be the Death Star.
Yeah,
it's totally the Death Star.
Kind of the temple.
All right.
We're like blow up the half-built Death Star.
We'll raid caravans. I also really got to get to the Telmori in the north at some point.
You'll have time.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they're going to be helpful.
You head out and you strike south. And are you going along the royal roads, or are you going to stay off the royal roads?
I mean, I think continue to stay off.
We should stay off the royal roads until we get to a certain...
Stay off the roads, but we should have people scouting the royal roads in small numbers, so they can be like, hey, great caravan ahead, and then we'll be like, fuck yeah, and get them.
I think like we should stick off the royal roads until like maybe just after either the Dancing Apple Inn or Road End, and then just patrol the royal road from there.
All right. So the first thing is that the very first night after you hang out with Vamastal, you got to go wolf out. So you're not going anywhere, Rue. So you travel a day and then you wolf out in the woods, and then you head out. You head south. I'm going to say it takes that whole trip down the Whitewall it probably takes a day to get, if you're taking the royal roads, it takes a day to get to Wilmskirk, and then another 2 to get to Whitewall on the royal roads for a caravan. So Since you're staying off of it, I'm going to say it takes you like 2 to 3 days to get past Wilmskirk. Like I say, we'll say it takes you 4 days to get down past like this kind of eyeball in this. I would say to get past the Yellow Bear Inn and the Dancing Apple Inn takes you about 4 days if you're staying to the woods.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay. And we don't need to wait for Rue. He can catch up to us wherever we are.
I'm fast. I can catch up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you because I want to like get to get some juice flowing for you guys.
Want to kill some shit.
You get south of Road End and you see that you find out that there's a caravan.
Where the fuck is Road End?
Crap. Yeah, I was like, what? South?
It's like directly.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
south
okay,
of-
okay, Balmere.
Yeah.
Okay, we do our thing there. We find our first fucking caravan, and we're ready to fucking go. We're very frustrated. I'm very frustrated at our impotence to help Whitewall this time. We're gonna take it all out on these fuckers.
Heading down the road. You
How
guys
big
are
is the
set up-
caravan? First, we spy on them.
Yeah, you have a little deer skull binoculars that I gave you that you can use.
Oh
for this.
shit, that I've never used.
We have
So
deers? What?
yeah,
I have
she has.
binoculars. I have magic.
Oh, that
binoculars.
was
I
from.
think it takes 1 magic point. So just mark. It'll be back, but just mark
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Use it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's about
Gordon Gar gave these to me.
10 wagons. The wagons are pulled by either oxes or donkeys. And
10 wagons is good.
you see only like 20 troops, not really many like soldiers guarding it.
Anybody look important than others?
Not particularly. I mean, there's some like, merchants, obviously, what you could think are like, like actually these look like supply guys.
Mm.
They're looners, but they like got their supply people.
Here we go, fucking up civvies.
Yeah.
First of the war crimes. They do have guards with the caravan, though, right?
Yeah, there's about 20 guards. Nothing major. It does not look like they're expecting any sort of big trouble.
They've gotten comfortable and complacent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like they are going to stop along the road somewhere? Like, do we have
they
time
do. So
to hit them at night?
The royal roads are pretty spread out. They do have like little caravansaries and stuff spread out on there where you can stop. They also have little guard stations where there's a couple of guards in them. So once you get past Road End, though, it gets very lonely. You've been told there aren't as many of those caravansaries and whatnot.
The guard stations, are those manned by Lunars?
When they're in Sartar, yeah. Once you get past, this is now, how like when you're driving, all of a sudden you go from like Rhode Island to Massachusetts, there's always that strip of like really, really shitty road, right? Because like both states are like, I'm not fixing that. Right? Sometimes you find that. Jess is like shaking her head no. It happens some places, not necessarily.
Oh, like not on the highway, but like,
Gauging
not on the
cultural
highway, but other
feels here
places.
that I
Yeah.
would know, but gauging cultural feels here that Rue would know, but I am unsure of yet.
Mhm.
Say what is the cultural feel of mutilating the bodies of your enemies as a message?
Humakti and like honorable people wouldn't necessarily do that.
Mhm.
The Lunars even wouldn't necessarily do that.
What about just hanging them from walls?
The Lunars do hang people.
Okay.
we shouldn't hang, but we should do other stuff maybe. Not
Well, like
mutilating.
if
Not
the
mutilating.
honorable people wouldn't do the mutilating thing, then like we won't do the mutilating. But if
No.
Lunars hang people and we don't so far, I think we should hang some of the Lunars from the
You think
walls.
we should hang
Not-
some of the Lunars?
so
I
I
liked
was thinking
your-
like,
I liked your
we-
idea of rocks and
So the
River.
Lunars
oh,
hang
that's
people.
specially saved for
the big
Hank Carl and
people.
his men.
Gotcha.
Lunars hang and crucify Orlanthe. The reason they do that is because you typically, when you're hung, you're crucified, you suffocate, right? And you're not
Yep.
touching the earth. So it's an
Aw.
insult to them because it's like you've lost your air and you're not touching the
Yeah,
earth,
air.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking that.
Yeah.
Yep. What would be an insult to Lunars? Moon. It's hard to do that with a body. Yeah,
I don't know.
nothing is inspiring.
You're just getting started in your war crimes. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
I know. I feel like one of the things that we should do before we hit this caravan is the guardhouses. I know you said that they have a couple guys in them here and there along the road. It gets lonely after road end. Before road end, preferably before Wilmskirk, we should hit one of those guardhouses and hang the lunar bodies out. Because then they're like, oh, a crime was committed here against us. Which way did they go? There's a big section, like the road forks. And then we go down here and we hit the caravan. But like we want to kind of spread out the stuff that we do.
John has a good answer. Vanish them from the sight of the red moon.
Put them in the dark.
How would we do that?
I don't know. I'm just going to leave that to you.
Vanish them from the side of the red moon?
Yeah. They won't get the light of the moon on them anymore.
Okay.
Maybe you bury them alive.
They need to be seen. Like
Yeah.
it needs to be seen.
Yeah. All right. I mean, yeah, you can definitely hit a guardhouse. So like there's only like 5-6 guys in a guardhouse. So like you can definitely take that out. No
Kill the
problem.
lunars.
I also think like every rebellion needs like signs and signals, rumors and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need calling cards,
Yeah, exactly.
Carve a dragon rune in them. The company of the dragon.
Oh.
It's fair. I like.
Make up your own. You have don't you have? Didn't we say you have like a dragon like on your shields? Like just carve a dragon in them.
I do. I also like rebellion signals to be kind of vague, so that it's not just us. It's like it can go either way. Like it's good that we're coming for them and they know that, and I also like that it could be anyone, right? Like it could be us. It could be
Sharky says blind
revolting.
them, but that requires leaving them alive.
Yeah.
But you can take their eyes out.
That's the mutilating though, right?
Yeah.
It's a little far toward that.
Mm-hmm.
Something that walks that delicate balance where people aren't like, wow, these people are depraved pieces of shit, even on our own side, but also strikes a little bit of fear into the lunars and sends like a message.
To blindfold them. I don't know if that's enough.
Think about it. You can to start out though. I mean, you're starting out. It's like your first war crime. You can hit a. Yeah. So John brings up really good points. Not having a body fucks things up because there's no funeral rite, right? I don't know what that means. You guys think of it.
I mean, people disappearing. That's also kind of scary too. That's fair.
Just leave their weapons and stuff, and maybe just like a carving.
Oh yeah.
They're just gone.
Right.
Just disappearing bodies. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What do we do with them though? Can the dragon eat lunar bodies?
He doesn't really need to eat. Right now.
But can he eat?
Say he doesn't. He's a spirit.
Which is like, all right, Des, spare time.
Listen, I'm going to say this. If you're down there, you're very close to the troll woods. Trolls eat everything. If you just left them in the woods, the trolls are going to eat them.
Be so nice to have a pack of giant boar to feed these people to.
Or a pack of Telmori.
Dude, I want to try to get away from the cannibalism part that they.
Either way, we'll say you hang
hit
the
one
first
of the guard things.
Take them out.
I'll come up with our message that we leave there, even if it's just the body. Maybe the first one we just kill them, leave them inside, and burn the tower with the bodies in it for now. First one, simple, neat, elegant, leaves a pillar of smoke in the air.
Sure. Like I said, once you get past Rodin, you get into that kind of like interstate area because you're leaving Sartar. These roads were built by Tarkalar Trollkiller, who was the king who was killed at the Battle of Grizzly Peak, where a lot of your ancestors fought. So he was one of the last was one of the last real good kings of Sartar. So he built this road down, but this is still considered like not necessarily Sartar, so it's not guarded as well. It's a nice road, though. It's stone slabs kind of sunk into the ground. It's a little bit in disrepair because like grass is starting to grow up in front of it and over it and stuff like that. But they're also like very straight. The roads, it's strange. Like they'll go like over a hill instead of like going around it and things like that. So yeah. but they're lonely out here in the woods, in the hills. So you have this caravan, and it's probably going to stop it for the night. And you can definitely hit it at night if you want.
Fuck yeah.
Night raids.
We were born in the dark.
Roach.
We can just do a battle roll.
Yeah. We
if
just
you
got,
wanna
yeah,
do that.
I think we just wait till they get all settled, you know. Some of the
Yeah.
guards will
Yeah.
obviously be on duty and alert
Mhm.
through the night if they're not
Yeah.
stupid, but most of them are going to go to bed and take shifts. And we just hit them real hard and fast from the dark. So we kill the people who are armed and ready just by overwhelming force, and then pick off the other ones while they're confused and scrambling for weapons and stuff.
I will give you, because this is nighttime, a plus. Someone just roll.
Someone just roll. Love it. Let's do a battle here. I've got 54
Okay, do
in
it.
battle. Should I?
No.
I should
Yeah. Yes.
modify,
Go
right?
ahead.
Like I should
Yeah.
definitely.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me see which one I want to use here. Probably hate lunars. I'm pretty fucking jazzed up about this right now. All right, we'll augment with
Don't-
hatred
don't-
for lunars.
Don't forget, we can also augment with our runes themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Power element.
You have your runes. You have
Hatred
star.
for lunars feels the most appropriate right
It
now. 'Cause he's
is,
very
it is.
frustrated and he's not leading with his heart on this one. This is the
Aw.
okay. That is a 40 out of my 63 hatred. So success regular.
Plus 20 to your
Plus
battle
20.
roll.
Got a 37 out of what would be 74. So
Shit.
Regular success.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I rolled a 95, so you wiped them out. It's a complete surprise. And yeah.
just fucking
You're on them before they know what happened. You
kill the shit of them. Try to
amazingly
take
overwhelmed.
one or two merchants alive, I think.
Sure. You find that these aren't merchants. These are actually just like lunar supply people,
Just drivers.
just drivers. Some of them are slaves.
Oh shit. The slaves?
Mm.
If we can detect
Yeah.
slaves and try to avoid killing those, that would be a goal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the riders and like the people dealing with the donkeys and the ox and stuff were slaves.
That's actually a really good way to help fight the lunars, is if we can save enough of their slaves to get their slaves to revolt.
But they were
A slave revolt
unarmed.
would suck.
They were unarmed, so they didn't fight you anyway. They pretty much just ran and stuff when you
Yeah,
guys
when we
came
go in and
upon
start killing armed guards, then shouting
Mhm.
like if you throw down your arms, hope you spared at least for now. Do not fight. And then we can tell who's who, and then we can kill the fucking
them. All right.
Then there's a random Ermali just like, I can't throw down my arms, they're attached.
they're just yelling, slaves, this is your chance at
Okay.
freedom.
So he said none of the slaves have weapons.
None of the slaves have weapons. They're slaves. So
Yeah.
you manage to you're on all the guards. So if there are 20 guards, I would say they probably would have 10 at watch at a time. You wipe the 10 out easily. They're dead before they know what happens. The other ones will wake up and kind of scramble around. Some of them just like run. Some of them try to put up a fight and are killed. And so you don't really have anybody who surrenders necessarily, because some people just booked it out into the wilderness.
So you're saying is like we killed most of them. Some of them got hunted down by wolves.
Or,
I was gonna say, if
or
they
a herd
run.
girl. I don't know.
Wolves and
Bryn's also
cats. Yeah,
chasing.
that's true. You can
Wolves,
chase-
cats,
yeah.
and stags.
All right, if you're going to chase, you're going to chase. So you can
Runners
wipe
might
everyone
be
out.
slaves, though, right?
Could
I'll
be.
be able to tell.
Yeah.
I'll be able to tell.
You kill all the people you want to.
Yeah.
So there were 20 guards. I'm going to say 10 slaves to manage the how many?
Do slave masters carry any sort of symbol of their station, whip, anything like that?
Not particularly.
No. Okay.
Not
I was gonna say, if you
particularly.
can find the masters.
But no, you do. You do find the guy who was in charge of the caravan. Kind of a chubby guy, just kind of useless quartermaster sort of dude. He immediately like tries to like buy his life. He's like, please don't hurt me, I'm carrying.
He probably doesn't fucking know anything, does he?
Can we tell where these slaves are from?
Probably dressed too wealthy to be where he is anyway.
You'd have to talk to them.
Go talk to them, Brandon. Do it. Do it. It's your chance to do something this session. Go.
Sure, I will approach one. Just point my spear and just say, "Where are you from?"
They're scared. Okay, give me an intimidation roll.
We earned it. Put your Fidelio away. What are you doing?
No, the slaves can't drink water. It's
I
my
fly
well.
onto the well and I screech any of the slaves who try to drink. That was Jess in an Eberron game.
Oh, I am rolling the wrong dice.
Wonderful.
Let me remember how to do this. I got a 7. Regular success.
Very good. A very terrified slave stutters out that he's from Tarsh.
Are you loyal to the Lunars? Tarsh is super loyal to the Lunars, right?
Fucking slave lady.
Wait, remind me about Tarsh again, though, too, because I know that's where they're all
technically like a lunar province,
province.
but
Okay.
a slave is a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Slave's a slave for a reason.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm fucking slave lady. No, look, they killed my family, man. My family was like the old Tarsh. We were with the Shaker priestesses. They captured me.
Is everyone here Tarsh? I point at
Most
the
of
other
them,
ones.
yeah. I think this guy's from Prax.
I look at the man who's from Pax.
Yeah, he looks like he's from Prax.
How did you get caught up as a slave?
My tribe lost in a battle. They sold me. The Antelope Riders sold me.
Are they still alive?
My tribe?
Sold him?
His tribe sold him to survive?
No, his tribe lost in a battle, and the people who beat him,
The
the
victors
Antelope
sold
Raiders,
him. He
sold
was
him.
slave
Sold
from
him.
Yep.
To
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, your tribe.
I was part of the Bison tribe.
Buffaloes.
What is your name?
Darius.
Okay,
You don't need to give me the name. I just want to know if I recognize it.
His name is
Listen, Buck,
Daristos.
I think you're gonna be popular here.
I just want to know if I recognize his family name.
His name is Daristos.
Daristos.
You do not recognize him.
Yeah. Well, the Lunars
Were
are
you
all
going to
dead.
sell me or something too?
We don't sell slaves.
So I'm free?
It depends. What will you do now? What will all of you do now?
My tribe got driven all the way out past Prax. I don't have anywhere to go.
My grandmother's from Prax. She came here to fight the Lunars.
If you'll have me, I'll fight.
We'll take anyone who wants to help.
About 8 of the slaves fight. 2 of them are just not like the warrior types.
I mean, we could also use people to help
they'll
drive these
hang out
Or like
and
food
help.
and stuff like that.
I
But we
mean,
can
they'll
also
help,
If
but
anybody
they're not
wants
the
to
fighting
go,
type.
we should tell them that they're free.
Uh-huh.
Tell them what happened here.
Like, there's enough
Ooh.
wagons.
I will
Give
say
them a
that
wagon,
two
go free.
of them take a wagon and just leave
you want
with
to
some stuff.
free them and just like let them go. I was thinking they should come with us and we should drop them off at a town.
No, like if they want a support role, they can have it. But like
Mhm.
if anybody does not want to join us
That's fair.
and they're slaves, we do not take slaves.
We don't.
They did not
You know-
stand against us when we attacked. Your freedom is yours.
They, in that case, 2 of the
If you go,
fighters will come because they're camp tending sorts of people. They
Nice.
can probably do something there. You find that the caravan has weapons, clothing, a little bit of armor, and a little bit of coin. There's a little not a lot, but maybe we'll say like a chest of like a couple hundred lunars.
We should give them a little bit of money too. The ones who, if anybody doesn't want to go, or does everyone want to stay? The fighters want to stay and
Everyone's
fight
going
the
to
camp.
stick.
Okay.
They don't have anywhere to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
should
say
be a thing going forward, though. When we do that, like if we can give them some supplies and some coin, and we
Yeah.
just we go, you're free now. Like tell them the company of the tell them that the Lunars brought you chains, and the company of the dragon broke them.
Ooh, nice.
There you go.
Like that, and then send them free to talk. Like not only did they came in the night, like it was a slaughter, blah blah, and then they gave me money and food and clothes and set me free. That's the new protocol going forward.
I have to look something up. I'm adding your stuff here up. So I got you some supplies, raises your con. And I'm just going to say you have like 200 lunars right now. Because the
Alright.
people over here will stick around.
All right.
And I just want to make sure.
How many
I
of
don't
the
see if that
Sambari stayed
increases
with
your
us?
sen-
Was it just Ordrin and his family, or did some others stay to
Oh, there
fight?
was a couple. There was a couple who stayed with you.
A
there's
couple of the
the-
Sambari who stayed with us to fight. One of the roles who's going to talk to them is like, as we go, we're going to be hopefully collecting more freed slaves here. You've been with us from the very beginning, and I trust your judgment and your loyalty. Will you look after them and help them get acclimated?
Absolutely. And part of that acclimation is training.
Mhm.
And part of it is, you're
Making
not
sure that
quite
we're
up to
not
size
taking in
11 yet.
snitches too. Like that's
Correct.
that's a risk whenever you're taking in people like
Well,
this, that somebody will sell
they-
you out. But
They get initiated. I mean, they get a tattoo. And they
Aw.
have to go through, the dragon's got to approve of them. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
That's nice that we have that though.
Yeah. So there you go. You guys hit your first caravan.
let's make 100 more battle rolls and fuck everything up.
But we still need to get there and find them.
And I think we'll stop there. Let me just make a note of what time it is. Well, like what game time it is, like in this season.
Mm.
And then we'll pick up next time we play Runequest. Because I think next time we want to do I'm sorry.
A holiday.
Yeah, I want to do a holiday.
Oh yeah.
I think so. What do you guys think?
Okay.
That would be the 28th.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
fine. I just we would have to figure out who's gonna run it. But yes, 28th.
Yeah, I think with that, I think we were the person who had done the Mega Mall parking lot one.
Yeah,
they had a lot of good
They had a lot of good ones on their
Christmas
website.
holiday
Yeah.
ones.
All right.
I'm down with that. I'm just going to say that I am not going to run the
Fair
holiday
enough. Fair enough.
one. So I am out unless
Fair
I
enough.
absolutely have to for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's it. I think we covered a lot of ground there. We got
Finally,
people back. You got a plan.
I still got big dreams. Rue every night stares in the direction of Whitewall and dreams of turning it into a coffin for the lunar
You'll get there
army.
eventually. You're headed there. You'll get there. I think, I don't know. Do we have any things to say going out? So next time we play, we will be not playing RuneQuest. We're going to play our holiday one shot, and then we'll pick up RuneQuest in the beginning of the year. It'll be our first game of the new year. So yeah, hopefully you hang out with us for Christmas or the holidays. In the meantime, have a happy holidays, all of y'all. Have a great one, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. I hope you have a great one with your family and whatnot. And hopefully people get you some really cool RuneQuest stuff for Christmas.
Or just fancy dice.
Or just fancy
Send
dice.
me emails with your suggested war crimes.
Yes,
Oh
you
my
can.
gosh.
Any suggested war crimes or strategies you want to get to these people, send them to dmsafterdark@gmail.com, and
They're
I'll
gonna be like
pass them
gently
along.
suggesting me away from these large global scale
Yes,
war
Yeah.
crimes.
I would prefer a really cool calling card than a war crime.
There's no
What if
reason
we just
it can't
drop
be
nukes?
both.
Both. That's fair. That's fair.
Right,
I was
suggestions for
looking-
calling cards too would be welcome. To the
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. Yeah, they would like that.
Might be able to do something with broken chain links or something.
We could do something maybe with lunars too. Like the coin.
I was just thinking, what if we had antlers and we just left them stabbed into people's eyes?
I thought about that too. If we had antlers and stuck them in something. Yeah. I thought about that too.
All right. And so
Thanks too
that's
much, though.
the beginning of the guerrilla section of Company of the Dragon.
Yeah.
So until next time, strike terror in your enemies, I guess.
Make them fear you.
Good night, everyone.
Appropriate.
Yeah,
Good night.
I think so. Good night, everyone.
Appropriate.